You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day. But you can't afford to let them stop you, no matter how hard it is to go through. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Strong positive mind, negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. keep on moving on. We know it's a long and winding road, and we got a heavy load, but we have to hold it straight. Get up and try again, because behind every dark cloud,
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother. Cover my sister. Them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl.
Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know it. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And you know, we always say, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a pink t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, a orange t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome on Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we always say we originate. We don't imitate. And let me just do this for you all. Let me do this. Let me remove myself so you all could see the background. Let me just remove it for a little. There we go. I'm back in. Yes, I'm back in. Of course, folks, we always say we originate, we don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We're the only program dedicated to the people of Trinidad and Tobago where we bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are going to bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the young man himself, the one and only, the man from in the country, some part of the country, the one man, Uncle Tommy. Tommy, how you going?
Good afternoon, country boy here. How are you?
I am splendiferous, marvelous, trumendiferous, splentastic, splentacular, wonderfulicious, and trumendiferous.
That's Fabulous.
All of them in one, Tommy. All of them in one. In one bull. But Tommy, I never hear the news, eh? I read Buddy whisper in my right ear. I don't know, eh? I read Buddy whisper to me that Aisha Wells going on 91.1, the PNM radio station. She ever programmed it. So, folks, I don't know if it's true, but all you call man, let me know. Because I don't know if Tommy know. I know she was playing Tommy left ear because the left ear is the ear with the red ear plugs. But they was playing my right ear. So, Tommy, did you hear?
Not yet. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Wait, Tommy. Nah. Tommy. How she go do that, Tommy?
She's probably too ashamed to tell me.
Oh, Tommy. But you know the red body, the red body flutter Tommy. And it whispered to me, it was a quick one, you know. I said, nah. I said, what?
So
I
she's,
said, well, going back home, Tommy.
so she's found favor with Steoty.
What? She gone back home. She gone back in the bosom of the Tommy, rockabye baby on the treetop. Aisha Wells going back to the PNM. Yeah. But Tommy, I'm glad for she doing. I'm glad for she.
Well, I guess it's food, so she eating.
I'm glad for she. Listen, folks, all I do be upset, eh? It is okay to go back home. Right? And Aisha Wells has finally understand that, you know, because I don't know, Tommy, if she was on the balance beam, what side of the fence she was on.
You see, what she don't realize is that once they kick you out, they can kick you out twice because kicking out becomes like second nature to them now.
Correct is right. Let's take this call. All right, that one going. Tommy, yeah. But I'm not unhappy with her. I am happy that she has found a place. But Tommy, I'm concerned for her though.
There has to be a reason for concern.
Yeah, KFC.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
What's happening?
KFC.
I love the color you have on there, man. You brighten up the TV screen there, man.
Tommy,
Man.
KFC. Let me say this to the people first, eh? This is the only color t-shirt I'm wearing until April the 29th. Okay? All right. Go ahead, KFC.
All right, sir.
Go ahead.
But I hear the Queen of Talk going back on 91.9?
No, 91.1, not 21.9. If I said 91.9, I was wrong. 91.1. Listen, although don't hold me tight, eh? Don't hold me tight, eh? But I read buddy tell me. I read. Tommy, if you see that red buddy, you will. Oh, boy. KFC, you should have got that news before me. How you ain't got that?
Sure, say that was in the making, you know what? I'm actually suffer long, you know, Mr. Washington, it's bone season.
Yeah. That's why I tell you, I'm not upset.
But let's not give that too much gas, though.
She call and she give you some further information.
Nah, you know she doesn't listen. Let she call me and tell me. Let she call me and tell me. I mean,
but Mr. Washington, I know I'm so popular. People love me. I keep on burning the fire. And now by people like that meeting there yesterday evening. And a man tell me his daughter love to hear me.
Well, is it?
Got a picture, man, to tell my daughter. Why keep on the fire blazing. About people like get picture for me now.
What?
They love to hear Tunji, yeah. They love Tunji too well.
You inside, man. You inside.
Make some good contribution.
Yeah.
But still happening to Tunji and listen, you couldn't any bit from there. And we keep not the fire blazing. Your boy next door, he don't like yellow.
Yeah. But Tommy, you know what I'm shocked at, Tommy? You know I'm surprised? I'm surprised somehow the body in reach over by you. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm surprised.
Well, I'm not surprised because I try not to get too involved.
Yeah, but
All I want to do is speak truth to power and make people
yeah,
think.
you they real like you. They like you, Tommy. They, I mean, they're
I
not gonna
want,
call you all kind of names, but they like you.
I want us to speak truth to power and let people think on their feet, think for themselves.
All right, all right. Whatever you say, Tommy. Whatever you say, I can't disagree with that. So folks, the breaking news is that the Queen of Talk, Aisha Wells, a red birdie whisper in my right ear that the Queen of Talk gone home. She gone home. She gone
Well,
home back into the
until
kingdom.
until that's confirmed, let's not give it any gas.
Tommy, let me say something to you. You see the red body that was whispering in my right ears? 100% anytime they whisper to me, it has be accurate. I ain't asking you, I'm telling you. I have a reliable red body. You understand? That
Is a,
red body not in
is a,
the propaganda room in the PNM.
is a hummingbird or a scarlet ibis?
Nah, Kiskidi. A Kiskidi.
A red kiskidi?
Yeah, red Kiskidi.
Wow.
Yeah. That red Kiskidi boy. But you know, you hear the sweet music they was singing. Oh God, Tommy boy. Whistling boy, whistling. Wonderful music was
I ain't
whistling.
sure if I trust. I ain't sure if I trust a red kiskidi.
No, but I'm telling you, it was no. Are you interested?
I ain't trust a red kiskidi.
But Tommy, but they whispered to me before, and it was every time it whispered to me, it turned out to be 100% accurate.
You know what they call a kiskidi in Brazil?
Nah,
Benchevi.
what is that?
They call a kiskidi in Brazil. It's called kiskidi benchevi.
What's that bench V?
Benchevi means glad to see.
Oh, glad to see.
Yeah, so they're saying this, what they say, kiskidis will be singing glad to see you.
Oh, okay. And Tommy, you know what the sad thing is, boy? It's sad when that's why we say, Tommy, this regime of the PNM here, them had no innovative ideas, no innovative bono. Them like platypus and like jellyfish, right? They are no stomach and they are no spine. Oh God, Prime Minister Stuart Young, why you stealing the UNC ideas? Why? Why you doing that? Why? We go get to that. We go get to it. I mean, I really thought that, but like the fella coming up with something new, boy. Yeah, the Ministry of Implementation. I said, what? Told me, I said, but wait now, boy. But he sit down in the office there for 9-10 years. He couldn't come up with it. But all of a sudden, he had what is an epiphany or an epiphany.
Well, we have to realize that Elon Musk thoughts and ideas are also being incorporated in his agenda.
So you want people to think PNM is now the Republicans. Them is Trump now.
Right.
Not like Democrats no more. It's Trump. They Republicans now.
Because it's Doge he looking at.
Why? Stuart Young, Prime
Yeah,
Minister Stuart Young.
Looking at Doge and it's similar to what the partnership had.
Yeah, you know the partnership already had that. They had that, and all of a sudden, and them get rid of it. You know what I sung to me like, Tommy? You remember when there was bad talking laptops?
Yep.
All kind of bad talk. Oh God, the UNC didn't know what they're doing. This laptop gonna be expensive and all kind of sad story.
And you're giving dunce computers, you're wasting money.
Correct. And all of a sudden, when them realized it was an innovative idea in Trinidad and Tobago, them decided to do it themselves.
And it came and it was timely too.
Correct is right. So that just tell you how under Kamala Prasad Busesa, the UNC was way ahead of the time. Way ahead.
Of course.
Way ahead. You
Of
understand?
course.
You know?
Of course they were ahead.
Yeah. So let me go to the chatter. Clifford, who is Clifford, boy? Clifford. Clifford, where you from? Good afternoon, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Keep the fire blazing. Yeah, but you go keep the fire blazing, man.
Maybe that Clifford is from South, because I know some Cliffords from South.
Do you think that is his first name or his last name?
I feel that's last name.
Okay. Clifford, what part of South you from? All right, so Joshua, good afternoon, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Stuart was there for more than 9 years, and then now you want to fix TNT. 9 years. A decade, the man sit down in the Prime Minister office. Traveling, flew in, not flying, flew in all over the world, Tommy. He was flying all over the world. And all of a sudden, you know what that's like? That's like him become Prime Minister and decide to call the election the next day. He was in the office all the time. He become Prime Minister. He was selected to become Prime Minister, and all of a sudden, he have all these innovative ideas. Boy, give we a break, eh? Who sing that calypso? Is some calypso give we a break?
Yeah, but what we have to do in this programming is focus on the programs that are being presented to improve the lives of fellow Trinidad and Tobago citizens, and I think that should be our focus for these 5 weeks that we have coming up here. What say ye?
Well, I don't want it to be a kind of, because things are gonna come up, and I don't have a problem focusing on that, but I also would like to focus on things that has happened, right? Things that has happened. Brooklyn, hold a minute. Things that has happened and are going to happen, and we cannot allow them to mislead the people. Like, for example, Stuart Young coming and telling the people he's gonna bring a Ministry of Implementation. I mean, that been there, done that.
Yeah, so let's just brush over it and not give it any gas.
Well, I think we might have to get some National Petroleum. Caller, welcome. Brooklyn.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Good to me, viewers and listeners. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Worship,
Yeah.
I don't think that my sister get a little walk there and go and talk for the PNM. I do not think that she's going to do that. I don't think my sister is going to eat she vomit and come on any TV show on national radio show
Brooklyn
all week.
Brooklyn, put on wherever you're eating, eh? Brooklyn.
You understand? I don't think that's going to
Brooklyn.
happen. I don't believe she's going to do that.
Brooklyn, please, wherever you're eating, put it down.
Put on the glass. Put on the glass.
Put on the glass. Put on that. Eh? All you look, Tommy saying on right there. Talk to Tommy, eh? Don't put me.
Hey, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
I realized when Aisha used to be on this program.
Yeah.
Uncle Tommy used to be quiet like the same birdie, you know. You see how the birdie whisper to you?
Yeah.
Uncle Tommy, Aisha used to have Uncle Tommy like a bird, you know. And I realized since this thing started, Uncle Tommy engaged me no kind of hint at all. Because I know he a man in PNM, and I know he not around the PNM, but I feel because you're young, like Uncle Tommy between, you know, like he studying, you know. Uncle Tommy be watching here, we eyes on here.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Before this time comes. Yeah.
Let me ask this question. How you go on a radio station that is owned by the government, and talk against the government? Tell me.
No, she gonna beat them on their own radio station. She go watch.
Beat them how?
I'm telling you.
Well, she had to go to the Waffle House.
but Uncle Tommy, I am waiting to see the Uncle Tommy, I'm gonna listen.
All right, yeah, man, bless. Tommy them fellas taking it to task, boy.
Well, they can take me to task, but what they wouldn't realize is that they'll be wasting their time because my agenda is truth to power.
All right, let's take this voice now.
Good afternoon, Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Washington, so the day 3 of the UNC accomplishment, something that I said I will command on the program each day. So today I will speak about ICT for seniors. And this was a program developed under the People's Partnership to help the senior citizens to keep in touch with technology. And some of the things that they offer was helping the senior.
Sorry.
Where'd he go?
Social media like Facebook and Skype. There was also first-hand interface, how to do online banking. There was mini games like bingo. There was also things teaching the senior citizen to how to use the governmental service website, etc. And that is day 3 of the UNC accomplishment.
See, that is what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. It's accomplishment after accomplishment after accomplishment. You know, I have a song say fet after fet after fet. It's accomplishment after accomplishment after accomplishment. Tribune Soul, excellent, 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 man, excellent. Yeah, let's go back to the chat. Yeah, boy, Aisha Wells gone, boy. She gone. And she gone this, she had to be neutral, you know. She had to be down the middle. Oh God! Aisha Wells, boy, the queen of talk. Unless she gone back home. What is that song, Tommy? I go back home for the carnival. Is that the song?
Yeah, come back home, Ronnie.
Yeah, KFC.
Hi, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
Yeah.
Must say that to my boy Caribbean Soul. Jerry done the accomplishment that you will see. But Mr. Washington. But that birdie never tell you a lie.
Nah, never lied to me.
Not the program to Aisha, man. She locked on listening. And then my girl.
Cause she an action, KFC. Cause she a call an action, man.
I know, cause she did and she send the flag of the mess.
Come on! But wait. Send the flag for me now. Send it to me now.
I said, I didn't put him. But Mr. Washington. I'm glad for she, you know.
But I'm glad for she too.
She was in the doghouse for so long.
Wait.
But that's that PNM radio station, eh?
Like that? Oh, you mean that government-owned radio station?
Yeah.
Like that government-owned radio station?
That was Rachel Price will be on early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I know she work through, I am a work to do, so I will be calling her and she should support and keep the fire blazing.
Yeah. Yeah, but listen. You know, I glad she gone back home. I glad. I ain't lying.
You glad?
Yeah. She's showing she loyalty, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When
they're loyal, you can't be upset with she. Me not upset with she. Why go be upset with she for?
Oh man, that would be an shoot. That would be an shoot. 3 hours our shit.
What do you mean?
After 10 years, the safari and shout all along the thing on the ground. What you go do by worship, right?
What you go do?
But I keep him, the fire blazing, the burn out evil.
KFC.
Surely best.
I go listening for you over there, you know, to see if you go to the Waffle House too, you know. I go be listening for you, you know.
That was shit. I don't man keeping the fire blazing.
Yeah.
I don't like PNM. I never grew up in a PNM. I was Ecuador to come in my place. And George Chambers and them fellas. I grew up in my place in Silver Fox.
Yeah.
Joe Pandey. My mother was only black woman club to the lunch in Arangwell, Savannah Day. My mother was from University NR. So I never had a PNM blood in my name. I'll be voting for nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be voting for potholes. Promises after promises. PNM was only gave promises will never fulfill them, Mr. Washington. No, I tell you the real good enough.
I'm telling you.
The whole of food like Queen West Florida, if you come out to election time, all them PNM might have suffer and they're gonna get it along, the thing on the ground there. And they're going back PNM.
Correct is right.
PNM can't fool me. So I look to listen.
Yeah, man.
I said any flyer there.
Yeah, I get it. All you see, all you know, Tommy, look on this screen, eh? I
Yeah,
want
see.
you know, whenever I have a red buddy, a kiss kitty. Anytime that red buddy flutter and come over and tell me something. All you know, I ain't going all you, we say we speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Look at on the stage, look at on the screen. Hard Talk Boy with Aisha Wells, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Talk City, 91.1. Talk City. Hard Talk. I know what kind of hard talk she gonna talk on there. Eh? What kind of hard talk she gonna talk on there?
She eating her food. That's all that is.
Oh God! Tommy, nah. You Tommy, nah, Tommy. You didn't just say that. Tommy, that's what you said?
Yeah, she's drinking her juice and eating her food.
Oh God, chicken and juice, boy. Oh God. Tommy said I should drink that juice. And eating her food. Oh God. Go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Good evening, Mr. Hansen. Good evening, Mr. Tommy. Good evening to all the callers, all the Texas, everybody on the line. Happy to see everybody here through the grace of God.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Hansen, yes, Mova defender was always correct about Aisha.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Man was spot on.
You were spot on.
So, you know, spot on.
On the Mova defender go call you now, boy.
Yeah, but Mova defender didn't see it from a mile away from early o'clock. He always used to say that she's a PNM to she had.
Okay, all right.
So no matter whatever the PNM do the people, she's not for the people, she's for party.
Oh.
But you know what I wanted to say? You and Mr. Tommy, this 6 weeks here now, or 5 weeks where you have to start to show the wrongdoings of the PNM. What they're doing all this years, remind the people, because they say Trinidad have a 9 days mentality now, or 10 days mentality. When the man come in office and the man say it only had 3 days money, but the man buy paintings, the man buy a brand new Mercedes Benz because he said the old Mercedes Benz smelling. The man come and he buy the APT James. The man went and destroyed the sea bridge in Tobago. The man negotiated with NGC and all the people. The first time lost in NGC. The man closed down Petrotrin. The man cut gate. The man, you had to have a means test. The man come and cost overruns. The man, the DPP building. The man spend money and they can't use it. The man built a police station for over $60 million. All these things you have to bring up to remind the people of how the money was spent all the past years, the high crime rate.
Mr. Florida, if you look on the screen, you go see it.
Now.
Look it on the screen.
Right. Guys, we are talking about that. We have to start to bring back old stories from the inception of Rowley and PNM government and show the people for this 10 years how much we suffer, how much how he destroyed the economy. Look on this.
Thank you. Let's take this call. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Atlanta, welcome. Mr. Atlanta.
Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Something, a flyer with Aisha.
Yeah.
Right? Did you talk to her? Anybody spoke to her?
Yeah, I talked to she.
So she said she is gone back to the PNM.
But you'd rather say that, Miss Atlanta. People...
No, I'm telling you, did she say you remember him? Fact is a funny thing.
Yeah.
So I saw the flyer, but I didn't see. Remember that station also have what's his name?
Who's that?
Heavy.
No. That's 91.9.
Just now.
No, that's
telling you this.
Yeah.
And then they have this girl, the girl show. I think her name is Wendy, right? I saw her on UNC, and she's a host. So what I mean, I find you should give Aisha to hear what she's saying. When I listen to her program, I will know where she's at.
Mr. Atlanta, let me ask you a question.
I just like.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you know who owns 91.1?
What?
Do you know who owns 91.1?
Oh, sorry, 91.1. I don't know, not Iowa.
No, that's not Iowa. No, that's not Iowa. That's 91.1.
So who owns that?
The government.
No, who owns it? It can't be Stuart Young. It can't be. So you
it's
own
the
it
government. The government in power. The government in power.
Right.
Them control our radio station.
I just want to know if we own it then, because if it is the government, that means they use the government.
Yeah, we own it. We own it. We own it.
Oh, well, then we're right. She on our station then, because we own it.
All right.
Because you have to tell me who own it. You don't even know who owns 91.1. I want to know.
The government. The government.
On the it can the receipt won't be the government.
Yes, it is.
Who own it?
It is the government. The government owns it. The government of Trinidad and Tobago owns 91.1.
Oh, wait. So you agree for your government? You gave them that right to own it?
No, I didn't get them right. They bought the station. They bought it because they bought it.
Well, did you tell them to buy it? Remember, it's your money. Because it's the government, so it's your money, right?
Yeah, but they oversee. They hire the people who are going to be on the program.
Who is they?
The government.
Well, the PNM government you're talking about?
Yeah.
So how you? That's what I tell you. They pick up your money and tell people how to spend, how to deal with your thing.
Yes.
Sorry, Wall Street. I humbly apologize. I did not know, but I will look into it.
All right.
Because they can't be taking your money and doing all kind of things that you're against.
Thank you.
Right?
No problem. Yeah. From all the way from Tobago. Welcome.
Hello.
All the way from Tobago. How are you?
You remember me?
I must.
You remember me?
Oh yeah, I must you all the way from what part of Tobago? What part of Tobago? Yeah, what part of Tobago?
Huh?
What part of Tobago?
I said I'm from certain people I live in this hall.
All right. Yeah, I know you're from Tobago. I'll go forget you. Yeah. How you going?
Right. Mr. Walsh, you believe in God, right? You are Uncle Tony. Good evening, Uncle Tony.
100%.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Mr. Walsh, you believe in God, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah, I do.
If you believe in God, and you're going to be honest with me, right?
Correct is right.
And you're going to be honest with me?
Yeah, correct is right.
All right.
Yeah.
Hear this. We love Trinidad and Tobago. You're not living here, but you live in
right.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And for the time I live in Trinidad and Tobago, I will say, to get any change in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to get rid of the two parties that's in power right now. Whether it be opposition and ruling party. We have to.
I don't believe that though, eh?
Okay, no, I said you're honest. You're talking in mind.
Right, so you asked me to be honest, so I'm being honest with you. I don't believe that. I believe, this is what I believe. I believe the last 9 years have shown us what the PNM have done to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and you can't blame the opposition because them in opposition. You can't blame them. And in Trinidad and Tobago, there is only two parties. It's either the PNM or the UNC. That is it.
No, it's only two parties. You don't have the party?
No. TPP is in Tobago. TPP is in Tobago.
No, in Trinidad, don't have no party. Don't have Michaela party. Whatever.
Michaela party had 2 chances of winning an election. Slim and none.
You see, that is the problem. We are saying, because the young people are hearing all this. This is not a program from Trinidad. The young people in Trinidad are saying that they don't trust the PNM nor the UNC. The young people, the one that they have refused, yeah.
No, that is that
generation. They have no
Mr. Mr. Bago, that is a PNM rhetoric. That is a PNM rhetoric.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
No man can sense. Everybody, okay, what about the people that don't vote PNM nor UNC? What about those people?
Them go sit on the sidelines. Them sitting on the sidelines.
So why they sitting on the sidelines?
Because them feel that, right? All right. If them don't want PNM or UNC, right? You think who else they go on? Who else you go on?
Next party, you have other options.
Mr. Bego.
That is the problem that we are having.
You see in this time?
Other countries, America too.
You see in this time? This is not the time to be trying, you know. This is not the time to be trying. This is time for experience. And
experience of what?
And
Mr. Experience of what? You already have the two of them. You already know what they give. The two of them was in existence. Yes, PNM was there longer. We know PNM was ever for the poor people. We know that. PNM is ever for poor people. Whether the Indian or blacks, they never for poor people. They were to the thing. But you UNC do some blunders too. Because I could bring up a point that people are saying that, for example, the license office same thing, right? The ticket, who you think raises the ticket? The ticket was $200, right? But it was raised in 2010 from $200 to $300 to $1,000 by who?
But Mr. Bego, they also raise people pension and the PNM haven't done it. Let me be honest. You tell me be honest.
Yes.
You tell me be honest.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you be honest. Your honesty is different from my honesty, whatever. But I'm saying that there are issues that people have with the other party too. No party is perfect.
Mr. Bego, listen to this, right? Listen to this. Listen to this, right?
Yeah.
We are, you and I, are of the same hue, right? The same hue, right? The PN under the UNC, under the Indian party, let me call it the Indian party, then reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line from 19.8% to 17.3% in 5 years.
In what way?
Why
you said that?
No, no, because that's the truth.
In what way?
But listen, listen. And when you say what way? When
because
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Yo, I'll give you time. The UNC reduced the amount of black people living below the poverty line from 19.8% to 17.3%. And because you are saying they are the same.
In what way? In what way? How would they reduce it?
Well,
in what way?
What means to say black people's lives will improve under the UNC for 5 years? Because there was less of them living below the poverty line.
Give some idea. Give me some formula. What they did to cause people's lives to be different. What? Decided $500 on the pension, the computer.
But all those things.
Never get a computer. People that never get back pay. So everybody didn't benefit.
But Mr. Bego, what we have to understand with this, right, is that when you have more black people living below the poverty line, there's a possibility of more crime in the country. When you have more black people living below.
People don't committing crime, Angela?
No, but you have to listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to talk to you from an economic standpoint, right? 19.8% to 17.3%. Under Prime Minister Rowley, it went up from 17.3% to 26.3%. Do you know why we have all that sort of crime in Trinidad and Tobago? More people in poverty under the PNM.
I could understand the poverty part, but how can you blame my Prime Minister for crime? But if you're blaming the Prime Minister for crime, that is one.
Who's responsible?
Christian first before I think, right?
But who's responsible for the country?
PNM or UNC for crime, because no politician and tell nobody to come out and shoot nobody.
They will
shoot. But you see, like a politician will be blamed for stealing the money and telling lies and making bad laws, bad policies for the country. That's the three things you could blame a politician for. But coming to your personal life, we cannot blame politicians for murders, because if you're blaming on the PNM for the murders in why there was there, you have to blame Kamala for the murders why she was there too.
But no, under the UNC was a lower murders. Under this PNM government, we have the highest murders in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. No, Mr. Bego. No, Mr. Bego. Mr. Bego. In the history of Trinidad and Tobago, the Rowley government had the most amount of murders, gold, silver, and bronze in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. That's the history, no.
The Prime Minister for people getting killed as a Christian, I would not believe in that.
But who you supposed to blame?
Nobody cannot blame no Prime Minister, whether it be Kamala or Rowley or whoever it is. You cannot blame a leader for people killing people. They could blame him for people stealing and suffering because they're not giving people money. They're not running the country properly. But when coming to kill, you have a mind whether to kill somebody or not. You have to answer God for yourself. Rowley and answering God for nobody, you know. When coming to kill, you have to answer to God for how we run the country. But he's not going to answer God for anybody going and kill somebody.
Let me ask you a question before you go. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Prime Minister Rowley run this country the way it should be run for our country to have natural resources like oil and gas?
But if I tell you, we from Mason, we know what Rowley gives. It should not people vote Rowley. We never vote for Rowley. It should not people put him back there again. Because we know the man is a waste of time. We in Tobago know he's a waste of time. He had no leadership skills. We know that long time. Is it to Trinidad people who make Rowley Prime Minister, not Tobagonians? Look how we treat Tobago people. We don't have no time with Rowley really and truly, he better stay in Trinidad when he resigns, better stay down there. We don't want him up here.
Mr. Bego, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much. Continue to listen. Eh? We love to hear from you more often. All right? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Take care. All right.
Okay, good day.
Yeah. My thing is that, oh God, don't blaze no fire on Mr. Bego now, eh? yeah, KFC.
Yeah, Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, I went by bamboo number 1, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a meeting down there. And me and my 2 daughters went down here at Bounty Castle. So I get a job for me. So I pass by bamboo number 1 down there. Oh, down there so nice, boy, Mr. Washington. So much of business and thing down there.
Yeah. Don't get nice too bad, boy.
And then what I say down there was the lagoon.
One time they used to say that?
That was in a P&M Shongo, right?
Yeah.
Well, a P&M Shongo like beat some Lavantia and environment.
KFC, I think we had to stop. I think we had to stop calling places P&M stronghold. Seriously. We had to start calling them P&M weak holes.
Yeah, weak hole.
Yeah, no more strongholds. They P&M weak hole.
Yeah, they don't vote for better.
No, that was saying. That's why it's P&M weak holes. We call them P&M weak holes. No more strongholds.
I don't any place down there. I saw news first by pass through bamboo number 1. There's so much of business line off. Going on in a line. People it's a place all kind of thing, Mr. Washington.
Yeah.
And this PNN government run this country for so long and people concerned for the plain issues, there's crime, murders, no schools, no. That's why I don't like the PNM. I don't know what black people really be voting for.
Correct.
Could I just love a party?
And you know something? KFC, hang up. I want to say something because we're going for the break. All right? Yeah, man. Bless. Me personally, I hear you. I am not going to say both of them is the same. No, absolutely not. Because when you look at the economic statistics, there is no P&M person, none. No P&M person in Trinidad and Tobago could call me and tell me, well, they could tell Tommy too. Give me one socioeconomic statistics where black people are the top. One socioeconomic statistic. Maybe Mr. Florida will give me. Mr. Florida, I want one socioeconomic statistic in the last year under the P&M where black people are the top. One. Try to find one for me. One. Give me one. I want. All right. Give me half of one. Half of one.
Well, the emphasizing on agriculture.
Oh God, that. No.
Something we're supposed to be for our government to do. Our government supposed to build schools. Our government supposed to educate. Our government supposed to be able to feed. Our government supposed to have infrastructure. Our government supposed to have crime rate down. This is basic things what our government has to do. You can't give them credit for that. But you see what the lady from Tobago was saying. The PSA presidency under the UNC, the public service, and get more money and they get a back pay. Right? She saying the two of them is the same thing. Then she saying how come the population was in a better position than how when UNC was PNM in power. Because the people had more income. The children was getting educated. They was trying to get people to come to invest in Trinidad. The ease of doing business was better in Trinidad. Everything was flourishing. When the PNM come in power, the ease of doing business become non-existent. Nobody don't want to come to invest in Trinidad, only corrupted companies. And the other thing that she was seeing that crime, you don't blame a prime minister for crime. But who they blame for crime? They blame Kamala for the crime. That was one of the fault. You hear what we see on the platform, if a government cannot deal with crime and it's a washing blood, they have to go. They have to go. So we was talking and it's the UNC and Kamala. And then they see how they don't want PNM there no more. But who had the 2 seats in Tobago? And still have it. It's only now they get wise and Trinidad going to get wise. Now look and listen and watch anytime.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, I my philosophy is this. That's my philosophy. I don't know what Tommy's philosophy is. He could talk his philosophy. I cannot sit here looking at the socioeconomic statistics and saying that the both of them is the same. Absolutely not. Both of them is not. Did some errors happen under the UNC? Yes. Absolutely. 5 years? Yes. There were some things that should not have happened. But this government, this PNM government, had 10 years. 10 years. And look at the statistics. Look at the murder rates in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at the crime rate across the world with respect to murders and murders per capita in the world, you know. Not just in the Caribbean, in the world. Look at it. Look at the corruption perception index. All these things are, you can't just make these things up. Yeah? That's why I know that when the Queen of Talk go on the PNM station, she can't talk. Well, she could talk, but not too long. She can't talk about how under the PNM had the most corrupted government in the history of Trinidad and Tobago under Prime Minister Rowley. She can't talk about that. Well, she could talk about it. But they might call she in the office.
Top of the hour.
Yeah, let's go for the folks. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. We're gonna go for a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
This is your boy WZYE, baby.
Yo, what it does, this your homie Rick Ross.
This is your boy Gucci Man LaFleur.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
It's crazy, you heard me?
Hey, I'm Ariana Grande. Hey, yo, this Cardi B. What's up? It's Megan Thee Stallion.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Check this out, it's DJ Khaled.
This is Post Malone. Yes, that little Chico Pitbull.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here. Call a hold a minute. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Caller, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to one and all.
Good afternoon.
Anybody who might be new, this is Gordon Bernard Maloney. And I had the first, because my big brother died, so I become the first. And I want to guarantee all who hear my voice that I will not lie while I'm on this platform or any platform. With any time there's an opportunity for me to share, I share from my heart, from my head. But if anybody pick up that I make a mistake and they bring it to my attention, I'm definitely going to address it. Definitely. I will not mudsling anybody. Whatever I say would be probably quoting what somebody else said or searching for some truth. Now, as far as I am aware, some people call around now the silly season. The silly season. My understanding of that is, you see, around now is the time when talk show host has come out nice. Because they pick a side or a side pick them, and they now supposed to go in and do the batting. Trying to hit fours, trying to hit sixes. They want no single and thing. Nah. Because remember, it's only 20 overs. It's only 20 overs. In addition to that, there are those out there who in this season, they see it as their opportunity. What? Let me see what I could get. Let me see what I could get, because just now, after the day passed, that is it, you know. Because you might be riding shotgun with one now, and they get inside. And that might be the last of you. After that, you know, because they're changing the number and all kind of thing. Or the one that you're riding shotgun with, that one ain't getting at all, and now they are nothing to offer you, they are nothing to give you, and you're disappointed and you're vexed and you're wondering why you didn't go on the other side and so on. So that's some of the reasons why, I'm sure there are others, they call this period, once an election is announced, silly season. Thank God. There are those who are not moved by that. They are not moved by that. All right? Now, Mr. Bagel, generally speaking, I like the road that you took. But some of the stops you make, I would not have been stopping there. But I like the road that you took. Yeah, because you had my friend sometime he and hoeing and in a corner there and yeah, under some pressure. But I understand, that is okay. Now, I don't agree with you. Are you saying that the both of them is the same thing and you had to get rid of the both of them? I have no problem with that. If you're saying that you had to get both of them, yeah, get rid of the both of them, because I believe there are some people out there who really, really, really mean well for Trinidad and Tobago. But it just happened to be that the vehicle that they choose, that vehicle don't have an engine. So they're just sitting down in that vehicle. It ain't moving at all. It ain't moving. You understand? Probably, you know what I mean? It move. You're seeing a little thing because somebody pushing it. They're pushing it. You understand? But how could they be the same? One have the record, as they quoted, for the most amount of murder, more than once. Okay? One have the record for locking up the most amount of black people. I don't like how this does sound, no? But I only point it so because of how the Chumakian does put it. The record for locking up the most amount of black people in one swoop. And man bawling, boy, why do, boy, oh God, boy. You understand? But they were just victims of the politics. All right? Because the whole idea was the rate that the murder was going, the murder rate was going, it was climbing in first gear. And it was going up as if it's down it was going. Somebody came up with the brilliant idea, according to them, the brilliant idea, state of emergency, and lock up these people who probably responsible for the murder rate where it is. All right? Nobody can break that record, and I will take the chance to say yet, and I hope I'm wrong. Nobody can break that record yet for locking up the most amount of black people, and something that plenty people out there in Radio Land can understand. One praise the UNC because they were able to get the economy going so good that this section of the population, the black, they were best. They were not just blessed, you know. They were best. But guess what? That same population refused to vote for that same party who somebody saying that they were the best government. Not only the population, the same host who's saying that, he did not vote for them either. So you see why 2 and 2 should be 4? You see why 2 and 2 should be 4? Well, hear what? The silly season continues. And I don't know if somebody going on a radio station means they're going back to a party or going back to some movement. Probably a job they get, probably their contract. We haven't hear from them yet. But you're skipping to conclusions. But what about the other side? And we have people going Prakash, going back, Mr. Prakash, and a couple others going back to it. How come I hear him? That have no effect? That has no value? You ain't talking nothing about that. But you want us who listen to this wonderful platform to conclude that you are balanced, that you speak the truth. And it have people out here who are saying you promise them that if Trump win, you will walk on your head. You promise Gordon Maloney that I will bring the truth concerning the goalpost, and you have us here by the bus stop just waiting.
Thank you, Coach.
Just wait. Anyhow, maybe it might happen today. I don't want to go on longer, so I will hold on here and listen.
Thank you. Let's go to the chat. Preferred was listening. Kizzy says, bless, good evening to Uncle Tommy and Sam. The code is yellow. Yeah, yellow is the code. Mickey the Ghost Rider, good afternoon to the beautiful people of TNT. Caribbean Soul, welcome. Good afternoon. Kizzy says, bless, good evening to everyone. Only love. Stuart Young's Mickey the Ghost Rider says, Stuart Young could not hold on a job, had 4 portfolios. Failure followed you in all. Tell me how you can ever be PM. I mean, man gets elected, yes? Mr. Carnage, welcome. Mr. Carnage, you inside? Good afternoon.
This guy threw me off so bad that I lost my thoughts. But I will, the lady who called just now stating that you can't blame a prime minister for crime. That is the government's civil duty to protect its citizens, right? And you see, everybody watch politics at one way. If we have a border that with is strong and ammunition cannot come in, right? The security level in this country emits all these loopholes with drugs and narcotics to come in, narcotics and firearms to come in. We will have a safer society. Right? If the government make it difficult, and these initiatives from the government, right? These initiatives to make sure that's safe, right? We have a lot of gun crimes in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad doesn't manufacture guns, right? So it's a government responsibility. She said, right, so she was in and out of the last call. She had some good points. And what I want to agree with her about is that the young people, and I believe she's 85% or 95% right about the young people, they have no faith in the both political parties. I interact with a lot of young people in my district. And Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, 85% of them don't want no part of politics, don't want no part of UNC, don't want no part of right? They are ignorant of the fact it's a revolutionary mind, and it will take a lot to convince some society, the young people in the urban communities, understand? In the East-West corridor, I can't talk for the other part of the nation. They want no part of politics. You see not few coming out, but the few is in the minority. They're not convincing these who don't seeking no interest. After last time, I had 2 hours of event on the basketball court today, right? Talking to these young men, and you can see that they're not interested. They're not interested, right? So I agree with her with that. I stand to differ, right? On one point, she made the UNC and the PNM is the same. The only thing with the 2 political parties, 2 of them are going over the cliff. The one you're going over the cliff with the PNM, you're going over the cliff with nothing. But the UNC will still go over the cliff with a little kakada, a little scrums. The PNM is definitely failure. And the guy, I'll have to call back. When you say that the murder trial was spiraling. That was the opposition called a state of emergency. No, my friend. It had 11 murders, I think, over the weekend. And that was the highest ever in this country, that a murder trial beats 11 over the weekend, and they were to take that action to call it state of emergency. So the crime wasn't spiraling. How you want to put it, it was going out of control, and they had no other choice. I can be stand corrected, but I think when my memory served me right, it was for that 11 murders over a weekend that they find this thing is getting like that. Listening, good program.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, some things you just have to leave alone. Seriously. And I think we can't address every single thing. But I want Gordon Joseph to make a comparison of the crimes between murders between 2010 and 2015, and from 2015 to 2020. Just make a comparison. Try to use Google. I know you don't use Google. Try to help the pastor with his internet search engine to help you to use Google. And then you go change. Reporter, hold 1 minute. Reporter, hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. And secondly, I'm going to say this over and over and over. This PNM rhetoric that both of them are the same. No, they are not the same. The UNC, under the People's Partnership, been in power for 5 years. 5 years. The PNM have run the Trinidad and Tobago maybe 25 times, exaggerating, what the UNC have done. And all you could tell me, the most dilapidated communities in Trinidad and Tobago, right, are PNM weak stronghold. Weak stronghold. Yeah, weak stronghold. Weak. The worst. And all you could tell me them is the same. And them, which is predominantly black people voting for them. Them are more black people living below the poverty line than the UNC are living below the poverty line. And all you could tell me them are the same. Nah, I could never fall for that rhetoric. Reporter, welcome.
Yeah, my brother, good afternoon again. I will continue right where you left off, because as you called her before, I'll make me call in around this time. Let me tell you something, Wall Street. If you feel you hear rhetoric with them yet, up to yesterday, an elder in the community, he's saying this political race in the PNM this time around is a tight fight and a tight fight. I have to explain, say, it's 41 candidate, 41, it's 41 PNM. I'll let me show you how they know what's going on. You know. They don't know what's going on with the politics. You know. Just nurture them and tell them, call radio. Don't mind if you ain't making sense. Just call and try to run out the minutes and the time on the program. They were the campaigning all this time. He's telling me the PNM are 41 seats. Yes, the PNM is going in 41 constituency. But the 41 constituency being destroyed by the PNM. I'm talking about all the UNC barely have a candidate. And when I tell him, I say, brother, let me tell you something. How many seats the PNM have in office to be the government? He says 41. I said, no, brother, that is 41 constituency. I said the PNM have 21 seats and the UNC have 19 seats. What did Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young and them did for the past 9 to 10 years to increase on that 21 seats? What Kamala Prasad is putting on the table right now in Trinidad and Tobago? She might make a landslide victory in this country, because remember, this country been suffered to this point. This is an administration coming office, and from the time you attack food, you come to attack the people. The UNC and the PNM will never be the same. They could never be the same. I will tell you something about why they're not the same. PNM ministers, they don't have a history. Well, I hear they have one they call in, have a history from the corporation. That is the Curry Marcel fella, and it's excellent. When a politician come from the corporation to politics, that will be a better politician. All the East Indian ministers in the UNC, they always have community amongst them. Always. There wasn't people who went to school and get real bright and feel they could run things. That is what the PNM have in them. I had degree for this, I had degree for that. But you have no people centered inside of you. That is why the UNC and the PNM is not the same thing. You feel if the PNM didn't get a break in power here, we would have land regularization in this country. We had us a break the spell of the PNM for that. The most of the things that belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the UNC would have never sell it out. The PNM sold out all. Everything they keep selling out. So when I hear people saying they are the same, they are not. That is what they're telling all. Let them come and say. The PNM and the UNC is two total different people. They one as people-centered. You see the people-centered one? Totally, it is not the PNM because of the state of the base.
Correct.
And the state of the East-West corridor. I would make space for more color
Yeah,
than
man.
on listening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Let me say this, sir. I want people to make a comparison of the UNC strongholds as opposed to the PNM strongholds. Make a comparison. Or to make a comparison. Gordon Joseph, PNM Fox, Patty, Altair. Or to go and make a comparison to the UNC strongholds versus the PNM strongholds. And tell me what all you come up with. Tell me what you come up with. Caller, welcome.
First, again, the last caller saying that the UNC made a lot of errors within that tenure. What people centered.
No, but Mr. Carnage, I am not gonna sit here and say there wasn't mistakes made by the UNC.
Some of your callers.
But when
I know you just.
But we had to compare oranges to oranges. And I have said, when you look at the comparison of the makeup of the PNM and the people that put the PNM in power, and you look at it from an economic perspective, and all of them in the well, not all of them, many of them in the sub-basement under the PNM, how you could continue to vote for them, Mr. Carnage? I'm not saying you, but people. Yeah. How could them continue to vote for them?
Yeah, you have a valid point. But we have been challenging with UNC concerning the vote farmers. We know we had two massive protests when they wanted us to take away the wetlands and the vote farmers. They build 5 islands and who get the.
But the PNM have done worse than that.
Yeah, I know. But,
the PNM take away land from Pantrin-Bago.
Yeah, I like to go to.
Look at the CDA, the woman down in Shagaramas in the CDA. She have a museum there. The PNM want to mash down the museum. The PNM mash down the Workers' Bank on Duncan Street instead of give it to the Lavantel to watch it Empowerment Center. The PNM don't like black people. They don't. All they like them for is when voting come for them to vote for them. That is it. That is the facts.
Yeah, it comes a voting bank. Well, what we see going on in Carnage here is tainted wine. They want to put it in a new bottle and expect it to taste different.
Correct.
No, my friend. Right?
Yeah, man.
I just want to draw a point.
Yes.
What I see going on in Carnage, right, is I cannot say I live by and let this continue because Mr. Hines, the MP who was elected as Martinez, never elected to represent to contest the seat. You know they're walking around Carnage and the roads bad, pothole, a lot of leaks, right? And you want to go to people to telling yourself that you want to help them for 9 years. Dr. Rowley say he contests this constituency 9 years and people keep on voting him, right? So he had to be doing something good. But I take up the initiative this evening. I bring in all the political parties except the PNM who contest in this, the Gomartin West, especially the area of Carnage Scorpion, to bring them, to show them what condition we are living in under PNM, under Dr. Rowley for 26 years as an MP and 10 years as a member of representing Carnage and 10 years as an MP. Nothing has changed. People in Carnage still have to rely on the river water to do the daily chores. Infrastructure is bad. We don't have no proper road, no proper drainage. In Scorpion here. And only when election they do all in handout and come and give you one project. We're not gonna tolerate this. With the strength of the Father, I will not stay idly by and let these people walk in here and figure that everything is all right. No, I have to expose these things.
Correct.
Yeah. I have to expose these things. Not to understand.
Yeah, man. And then people want to say everything is the same. Them is the boat. Them is the same. Them is the same. A person living in Lavantil should never make the statement that both of them is the same. Never. Could never make that. Well, they could. But they don't really believe it. Point 14, call back. Yeah, KFC. Point 14 callback. Yeah. Yeah.
You see that question? With them PNM might send them for Lavanti and Kyle, and I don't think about you and sending.
You're breaking up, KFC.
Yeah, man, Mr. Washit?
Yeah, here, you know.
Yeah. The letters you and sending PNM is the same. Who run this country majority of the time? PNM in this country, same God was a little boy, right, Mr. Washit?
Correct is right.
And once PNM concern voting, PNM Carnage, Diego Martin, Peter Silat, John, East West Corridor. Watch the community, Mr. Washit.
It could never be the same. It could never be the same. Never. Never.
Look why I live down here. You taking the new proper road there, down here clean and nice. I go to Duncan Street, Duncan Street, I set out rubbish, I set out grass, and Dr. Short-term come and call it early election. So someone them go down and vote, the mind black and dirty, they see the community dirty, and they go back and vote back with PNM. So the Indian, if you're afraid of the Indian, the police first corridor, they would get things done down there, no, Mr. Washington, fine, so?
Yeah, they would get things done. Place would have been nice and
schools,
clean.
They would get proper roads, they would get all them kind of things.
Yeah. Yep. Suffer,
Mr. Washington.
Suffer them peacefully.
Mr. Washington, Stortrum, you could keep bringing back all of them.
Yeah.
My boy Leon's on the bench for 9 years, scrubbing the bench. He got a little Kobo sweat.
Yeah.
He make him a minister in Europe. Aisha wasn't scrubbing the bench, she wasn't getting nothing. He pulled she and talk corridor. The PLM talk corridor. Mr. Washington?
Yeah, they're good enough. They're real good enough.
You see political strategy in PLM?
Yeah, boy.
PLM have?
They get Aisha mouth. They get Aisha mouth to mouth resuscitation, boy. They revive she, boy.
The love, it's the black people getting big possession on that PLM.
Yeah, they get she mouth to mouth resuscitation, boy. Aisha, wake up.
Wake up. Mr. Washington, why is voting? I put them effective. I young the Indians and them, because they will get it done, and they will be voting, putting the community.
Yeah.
You understand, Mr. Washington?
Yeah.
Voting on them. Bacchanal and race and propaganda and broken promises and others. Nasty pianist for years and the community and state. I love all this.
Yeah, yeah. Look, listen to what Malcolm X said. Listen, this is for all the PNM people.
To keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful. It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him when he start pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening. Because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully.
And that is what the PNM have done to most of their voter base. They teach them how to suffer peacefully. And they suffer, right? They rather suffer under the PNM than to prosper under the UNC. But it's more.
How they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact...
Caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Point 14, go ahead.
I'm going to you, you co-host Uncle Tommy, and you can run me live. That's how we evening. Rashid, I want to find out something from you, right?
Yeah.
If you have two groups of people, right? And one group, the police hold them to whatever crime, and after a certain time they let them go back into society, right? And then you have a next group of people, police put bullets into them, right? And they all end up dead. Who you feel you have a better chance of trying to convince that they could turn around their lifestyle. Those who are being locked up by the police or those who are being killed by the police.
The people being locked up have a chance because they are alive.
Right.
They are alive. They're still alive. You have an opportunity.
I still always say that Gordon Joseph is a total oxymoron. Because you have to try to preserve life. You see life, you try your best to preserve that. If the PNN government only allowed crime to run away like a runaway train and not put a hand on it, our future is doomed. Our future is doomed. Stuart Young now coming and telling the nation, in every constituency he goes in, he have a plan. Where this buffoon was for the past 9 years, they had a plan in the back pocket, in the fobs. How come he didn't whisper 2 plan or 3 plan in the airs and tell him, boss, I have something in my pocket, I feel I should take a look at it. Let me see how it is you will get this thing. You ain't mentioned nothing like that to Keith Rowley. When you get in the driver's seat, that all of a sudden, you have a plan. You forget you was there with the PNM for the past 9 years. But I could say this before I go. The ground right now, singing a different story. The ground. You see the people on the ground? Twiggy and them could tell them Lavantel, they're singing a totally different song right now. So all of you who continue to hold into a jibber, that the PNM is the best thing since sliced bread, the PNM days are numbered. The writing is all over the road, all in the road, all in the sympathy, all over. The writing is on. Doctor, and listening.
Thank you, man.
According to a Caribbean Development Bank poverty assessment, 26.3% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago live below the national poverty line under Prime Minister Keith Rowley. This is significantly higher than the national poverty rate of 15.2%. The poverty rate for black people is also higher than the poverty rate for other ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago, such as East Indians, 12.5%, and mixed, 10.6%. There are several factors that contribute to the epidemic poverty rate among black people
in the sun-soaked streets of Trinidad and Tobago. A subtle shift was underway. A quiet transformation echoed in statistics and felt in the hearts of its people. According to the World Bank, a glimmer of change illuminated the lives of black citizens between 2010 and 2015 under the UNC government. The numbers spoke a story of progress, albeit slow. In 2010, nearly 19.8% of black Trinbagonians struggled beneath the poverty line, surviving on less than $2.15 per day. With each passing year, the percentages dwindled, marking a gradual descent: 19.3% in 2011, 18.8% in 2012, 18.3% in 2013, 17.8% in 2014, and 17.3% in 2015. The downtrend, though slight, was a testament to the efforts aimed at alleviating the burdens of poverty. Yet, amidst these incremental improvements, a stark reality persists. Once upon a time, in the beautiful island nation of Trinidad and Tobago, the People's National Movement, PNM, had established itself as the ruling political party for an extensive period. With a devoted following and a series of electoral victories, the PNM had ensured its continued governance. However, despite the party's long-standing presence, a disconcerting issue persisted. Black people appeared to remain at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. Several factors contributed to this persistent inequality. Historical legacy.
People want to talk about both of them is the same. Both of them could never be the same.
Never, ever.
Never be the same. Never. All you hear them statistics? You know, if you a person that look like me in Trinidad and you calling and saying both of them is the same, something wrong. Caller, welcome.
Yeah, Wall Street. Thank you for taking my call again, and the clip that you now play that was so accurate. But I want to say this. One of the things that the PNM coming around the community and telling people in the house to, they have the Fatah's brigade moving through the communities, and they saw people running them and insulting them. That ain't showing up on nowhere on social media. You understand? They were telling them, you can't remember, the man call a curfew and lock up so much and so much a black man. I want them PNM people to know this. Let me tell you something. You see, when that curfew started in Trinidad and Tobago, I never leave Trinidad. I always here. There was nothing else to do because it was black killing black in the east-west corridor. The PNM didn't want to say that. Hines and them never say that. All they started run on, black people getting locked up, but it was black people killing out themselves. It had one time in Lamenti before that curfew. It's 17 murders in 1 week in Laventille. The had also called that, and you know when they call the state of emergency and the curfew in the country, you know the murder rate went down, but they do acknowledge that. That just show you how dangerous this is. They didn't acknowledge that and want to walk around and campaign on that. But oh, don't forget, she did bring a curfew. She did save the killing in the community. And any one of you all who out there and trying to carry a different narrative on that, or they will pay for that politically, but they're crazy, boy. Don't ever come wrong. Look, yeah, let me tell you something. The woman package she have right now, Trinidad and Tobago, it is unbeatable from any politician in Trinidad and Tobago right now. You see the media houses and them downplaying it. They don't want to hear these things. I hear the Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley saying, she'll say, but she's going to open back refinery. You know why the PNM don't want to open refinery to open back? Anytime the refinery open back, there will be a proper audit into why it closed. And if it stay closed under PNM, we have to start to keep gas in the yard home, and we have that way they're heading with this country. Why you feel the country end up with all these little scooters and them skating all over the country without helmet? They have no insurance on them, but they're all on the main road, and then probably they don't be on the highway. They'll just be all in the community, all over the place. That is because you're preparing the society to stop the heavy movements of vehicles that carry gas. I put that in the mix because I feel we know where they're headed. We had to stop the PNM by any means necessary, or Wall Street time ready to come back here, but it's a different country. And I want to close by saying this. I only hope all they coming in Chumaka and only opening that building for election. Or they open it all the time because it looked finished to me up to yesterday.
Yep.
Well finished.
Correct.
And Chumaka, let me tell you something. Anytime they come and open it before election, vote against the PNM in that area. Vote against them because that is using you.
Thank
Good
you.
afternoon again.
Yeah, man. And reporter, thanks for reminding me. The only reason why that building was renovated, yes, yours truly had to fight the PNM. And many of them on the Mugabe station was fighting me and telling me how, well, you know, the building cannot be renovated. The building can be renovated, but they're going to renovate it now. Watch the election gimmick they're coming with to go and open that building now. We're going to cut ribbon. Right? The bullying prime minister we have, go and cut a ribbon. Yeah. Yeah, Brooklyn. Welcome.
Yeah, yes, well, she didn't talk again, those are listeners. Where every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. What is the rate?
You hear him answer?
What is the rate of the Chinese?
Yeah, I hear him.
What is the rate of the Chinese under the poverty line? There is any poverty in the Chinese association in the Chinese citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They say we balance and we equal. All black people suffering under the PNM for 56 years. I want to know
more on that. More on that.
Right, more on that. But I want to know what is the poverty rate for the Chinese? How much Chinese living under the poverty line? I want to know how much Chinese does vote. When I go in the voting booth, I don't see no Chinese. But yet still Chinese getting everything. Black people have to move up on Charlotte Street for the Chinese to take over under the black PNM government. So when people call this station and say we equal and the two parties the same, or they stop drinking that coffee, that coffee is spoiled. You understand? Stop drinking that cocoa tea because only that asking on themselves why the Chinese and them don't have a poverty rate, or the Chinese and them in Trinidad and Tobago where every queen and races find an equal place, have opportunities when we children don't have the opportunities as the Chinese to own businesses. Chinese coming and owning businesses and all over the ghetto Chinese stores, Chinese grocery opening. What we African groceries? Under a government for 10 years. What we opportunities on the people themselves? When Kamala was Prime Minister, and they go down Superior that look like the capital of Trinidad and Tobago.
Talk.
5 years.
Talk.
And don't forget about the Afri-Exim Bank.
Under the Indian government.
Don't forget about the Afri-Exim Bank. as Tommy said.
So, or they need to stop it. Or they think it's uneducated people on this program or what? Or they go somewhere with that shop and talk, yeah? I want to know, how come the Chinese don't be in motor vehicles? Eh? How the Chinese getting ID card and birth paper? Or they behave on themselves? All right? I don't want shit and driving a gun.
Bless. So, folks, I want you all to take a listen to this. Listen to this. Hold on.
A message to Prime Minister Stuart Young on stealing a UNC-passed idea. Analysts weigh in on viability of proposed new ministry to boost efficiency. Prime Minister Stuart Young's proposal for a new Ministry of Efficiency and Implementation has sparked mixed reactions from political analysts, with questions being asked about its novelty and necessity. The proposed ministry would operate out of the office of the Prime Minister and aims to reduce government bureaucracy. But two analysts said the concept closely resembles existing models, namely the United States Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and the People's Partnership's former Monitoring and Evaluation Unit, which tracked the progress of state projects. Political scientist Dr. Hamid Ghani said while the idea appears sound on the surface, it is hardly novel. Under the People's Partnership government, there was a monitoring and evaluation unit within the Ministry.
All you hear that? Under the People's Partnership, we don't make stuff up, you know. There was already a ministry like this. But you know what the PNM do when they get into power? They get rid of it. They get rid of it. Now, all of a sudden, right? Prime Minister Young want to come back and say, sound like it was something new. Some kind of innovative idea. You know, innovative idea? You know, he went into some room in the Prime Minister office and he saw what the UNC did under the People's Partnership. And he said, but you know, that was a splendiferous idea, you know. Let me bring it back to see if they go forget. But some people don't forget. Some people just remember. Let me continue to listen.
Of Planning and Development, and they used to generate annual reports to Parliament, Ghani said. So I think they may have had a report in 2012, 2013, and 2014. The unit, I do not think, was continued when the PNM came to power. I see this as a revival of something that had been done before, the spirit in which it has been revived and the context in which it has been revived. A number of people have gone into a discourse about trying to liken it to the DOGE initiative of the Trump administration, and people asking questions about who's going to be the equivalent of Elon Musk. That is going into the narratives that have emerged out of it. On the surface, it is a good idea. As regards the actual operation of it, it is a revival of something that the People's Partnership had before, he added. Political analyst Shane Mohammed agrees, calling the initiative a rehash of a previous United National Congress policy. But he questions...
All you hear that? Political analyst Dr. Shane Mohammed. It's just a rehash. So, I keep telling you all, PNM government don't have no innovative ideas. All they want to do is to put their eggs in the oil and natural gas basket, the oil and gas basket. And if that don't work, cancel Christmas. That is it. They have no innovative bone in their bodies. None. Zero. This man sit down in an office, Prime Minister office, for 9 years. However amount of years he sit down in the office. And all of a sudden, he come out today and he's Prime Minister and he have all these grandiose ideas. Look. All you could fall for them kind of rhetorics, not me.
The necessity of a new ministry, asking what it could accomplish that the government could not have done already. I also think it's a Trinidadian version of the United States DOGE, which is also the Department of Government Efficiency, Mohammed said. And I think there is where you find that Mr. Young is trying to align himself with some similarities that would give him a platform to be seen and heard by the American government. However, my question is this. Mr. Young is not new to the political system. He's not new to governance. And having had the confidence of the Prime Minister, former, for so many years, what prevented the government from exercising its duty and responsibility in government efficiencies?
All you hear that question? These are the questions that we have to ask. You was in there. It's not like if you was in Ministry of Planning or Ministry of Housing or Ministry of Public Utilities. You was in the Prime Minister's office, right? Anytime the Prime Minister come out of the office, he had to look at Stuart Young right there. Stuart Young could have sent him an email. If you want to talk to him, you could have sent him an email. No, nothing. But all of a sudden now, you as the Prime Minister, you have all these ideas. Miss me with that, eh?
And in implementing proper strategies and processes that would build public trust and confidence in how we do government business and how government does business with the people, Mohammed said. So there is where my big question mark is. What prevented the minister and now Prime Minister from getting this done? Mohammed also pointed to a past PNM decision to scrap the People's Partnerships from red tape to red carpet policy, which aimed to simplify.
Another policy they scrap. They scrap it. Eh? And now all of a sudden, you want to reinvent it. Right? You want to change it now from yellow to red. That's what you want to do.
Doing business with the state. He added, they scrapped that. So how could they have taken good working policies, good working frameworks, scrapped it and left us going backwards? He now wants to take us forward with the Ministry of Implementation and Efficiency. I think this is just another plaster on a gaping wound. Meanwhile, during his presentation of 3 candidates yesterday in Bamboo #1, Valsain, leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, PEP, Philip Alexander criticized Young's intention to create a new ministry to address public bureaucracy. He trying to copy Elon Musk, he going and create a Department of Efficiency. Here is how he describes his Department of Efficiency. He will bully the people in his office who will bully the people below them so he could get what he want. Stuart Young creating a ministry of bullying. He called on the media to raise the point as it is not a small issue and called on others who may have been bullied by Young to come forward.
There you have it. There you have it. So Tommy, this is nothing new that the Prime Minister is bringing to the front, right? This is a regurgitation of what the UNC already had. Yeah? Caller, welcome. Caller.
Yes, Wall Street, and thank you again for another clip again. Tell the technology will bury them. And I want to say this. A vote for the PNM around this time is a vote for darkness, because the man who raised gas once, twice, 3 times and we ain't riot yet, he is in that ministry. So when he raised TNT once, twice, 3 times and we ain't riot, a lot of properties in this country, especially in the poor, downtrodden communities, will be in darkness. Will be in darkness, and light bill is going to come up sharply on us every month. This man, once this man in the PNM still, for people can't vote for PNM again, they say I have to make the contribution so and step it up in a kind of way to make the people remember the PNM is no use to Trinidad and Tobago. They use up all the usefulness and they turn around and kick down the Pale and Milk. Because once you close down Petrotrin, there is a Pale and Milk you kick down. You understand? That is what's going on. It's all along Petrotrin shut down all the business, all because of PNM and Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young, and then we ain't going through that as a people. And our issue with the PNM is they are not people-centered. Say that again.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's go to some voice notes. And folks, the fella who, Imran Khan, who was bullied by Prime Minister Young for 5 consecutive years, 5 years, has spoken. And we're going to play that for you. We're going to play that too. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Hello?
Welcome.
Yeah, good evening. I get Mr. Ansel and Mr. Tommy. So, Mr. Ansel and Mr. Tommy, I hear to say the young people don't know who to vote for. So, let me put it in context, right? When UNC lose election in 2015, who was 8 years old and who was 16 years to 8 years? This is the first time they'll be able to vote, right?
Correct.
They don't know anything about the UNC, but they know what PNM did.
Correct.
Because they're in power for the 10 years.
Yes.
So I don't see how the young people disenfranchised. The only way the young people disenfranchised is because the PNM is not emphasizing on education. And every time they write CXC, And SEA, they're coming out with no passes or barely passing under 50. So the PNM is trying to keep your young people uneducated so they don't know ways policies, they know ways propaganda. And that is the only reason why young people, this is the first time they're going to be able to vote who was 16 years and 8 years old. This is the first time. And they know the chaos that the PNM did. And the second point is, if Rowley say he leave the country in such a great state, why Young have all these policies to develop the country now the country if Rowley leave the country in a well-off?
Yep.
So you see, people, you have to think. All right, look on this one.
So Tommy, we have, let me play these voice notes before we go for the break. We have a few voice notes. Let me play these voice notes, folks. Hold on, eh?
Good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy. Mr. Washington, so I hear Mr. Big was speaking about is not to blame the ministers for crime, which is true. Them don't want to tell anyone to kill nobody, but they have a responsibility. And the same way Keith Rowley went and interfered with the merit list to get rid of Gary Griffith, the population would have feel more happy if he should have gone and interfere with the merit list again to get rid of Ella Christopher. But instead, he went and renewed her contract because she's a dashboard population. And I hear Gwan Joseph speaking about the 9,000, 8,000 people who get locked up. That state of emergency and curfew was called because it had a triple murder in a weekend. But Trinidadians like to take things for joke. So they play the fool, the outside linemen, they get locked up. There was also a video clip where some of the people were speaking the Panday. And that same day, a video came out where that said person was snatching people chain in Port of Spain. One Joseph should come out and tell the population that a video was leaked with that said fella snatching people chain in Port of Spain. Good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy. Mr. Washington, so the day 3 of the UNC accomplishment, something that I said I will command on the program each day. So today.
All right, so we had that one. So far, 3 days so far. Day 3 of the accomplishment. All right, let's see this next voice note here. Okay.
Talk, Bookie, talk. Yeah. Why we don't have more supermarkets and groceries in the black communities? Yeah. Ask Mr. Umbala that. See if you could send a message to him. Yeah, ask him. I wonder if he will tell you he get liquor by people who are skin just like his. Black people. Huh? Talk. Why we don't have this and why we don't have that? Take a drive to Tobago. Take a drive to parts of Trinidad. Tell me who you see sitting down by the side of the road, wasting bloody time. Wasting time with the white and brown stick in the hand. God give you a nose to breathe in and out. He didn't give you a hole on top of your head for smoke to come out, call a chimney. Right? Tell me.
You see that? You see that? I don't want to hear that internalized oppression story. Yeah? Seriously, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I'm not listening to that. You better go and learn about internalized oppression because you are part of that. You, Gordon Joseph, go and learn about what is internalized oppression. I am not going to allow you to come here, right, and broadcast your internalized oppression. I want you to learn about that. Learn about it and come back.
Yes, Mr. Carnard, but if you understand what Mr. Bago was saying, you can't blame a government, all right? But look at this. The PNM people are saying that their government put things in place. And when the next government come in, they say the crime is not on the sea. They say that. Tell me if I'm lying. They say the crime is on the land. The problem is on the land, not on the sea. So they weren't studying about border and so on. So now every time they carry brother and cousin could have a gun and own a gun. And most likely, it didn't pass in some cable. It didn't pass in some, what you call this thing there? Shuttle up in the air. All right? So they move everything. So the PNM blaming the UNC, and the UNC blaming the PNM. And then the people just decide. Youth, it will be harder to make dollars if you ain't making sense, you know. It will be harder to make dollars if you're not making sense, because sense could add up. All right? We are talking about lock up the better off. You have an attorney general that's supposed to guide and lead the government where legal matters are concerned. Huh? You lock up all these people, and then that attorney general who would have been responsible for the locking up of all these people, he end up outside of the front row of government. He end up outside of that, and then go back and fight the same government that he was in, the same government in the sense of he was the government, and get money for these people, and you tell him about which one prefer to oh God, let me try and make sense of this thing now. Let me think before we talk now. I feel if we think before we talk twice, it will be better.
Let's take another voice note. Okay, hold on. Voice note. I saw another voice note here. Where is that one? Okay, here it is.
Good evening, Professor, and to Uncle Tommy, and to everybody on the village chat. My God, Gordon, I hope you didn't hurt anybody body parts, jump into that conclusion. Oh, the most amount of young black men get locked up, because they were innocent young black men. We didn't see some of them on video robbing people on Duncan Street in taxis. No, we didn't see that. And the people that were arrested, get your facts right, were people that had outstanding warrants. That is how a state of emergency works. But you know, it's funny. We are hearing people being arrested under this SOE, but no names, no information, nothing, because they don't want all to know how much young black men committing crime and they're holding them. They don't want all to know that. But all you could talk about is the most amount of young black men that was arrested under Kamala's government. Kamala didn't go out and arrest anybody, right? And as you fully well know, that once you have a warrant out for your arrest, whether it's for child maintenance, don't care what it is, under state of emergency, you will be arrested. So I don't know what nonsense you come in here with time after time after time. Oh gosh, it's sounding so racist. What nonsense is that? And again, I go back to the fact, because the PNM is in office 10 years now, doing the most amount of nonsense, but we must go back and bash the UNC, right, for what they did. Like if Keith Rowley didn't do it from the time Kamala came into office until up to now, he's still blaming Kamala. We saw 3 weeks after she was sworn in, he calling for call elections now. Stop being a hypocrite. This sanctimonious hypocrisy. This is nonsense. You people are doing wrong, and all they're trying to compare the two. Nobody ever did anything like what they're doing now, and we heard it from Wendy Lewis, the former protocol officer for Patrick Manning, although Hazel said she was never one. But I feel Hazel was still in the Hyatt, and Patrick didn't tell her when he hired Wendy. And I want to tell the bully, Stuart Young, the bully, all them new plans that you're trying to BS the elaborate people with, it ain't gonna work, you know, because they were promised a teak factory or whatever they call it. They were promised a plyboard factory. They were promised the skies. And where was it after terrorism? You come to promise them something, some state of the art, something we have nowhere in the Caribbean. Come on, man. People are falling for that again. You are not new wine in a new vessel. You are tainted wine in a tainted vessel. Don't care how we spend it. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good evening.
Oh God, Miss Santa Cruz, you hit them for 6 days, boy. 6. Guys are 6. Guys are 6. Let's take this next voice note before we go for the break.
Good afternoon, Simon, Uncle Tommy. You know, those same black guys, those same 8,000 black guys they want to be talking about, who got locked up under the SOE, under the PP regime. Which regime did they get killed under? Under the PP administration, when she locked them up, she was trying to save them, but they still come and half of them, or the majority of them, came and got killed under this RPNM regime. So I don't understand what that caller was talking about.
Kizzy, let me give you a round of applause for that, Kizzy. Let me give you a round of applause. I'll go back there. Let me give you a round of applause for that one, just before we go for the break. Kizzy, I'll give you a round of applause for that one. Let me stop this one here. And let me give you a round of applause. For us, folks, wait. We gotta get Kizzy a round of applause before we go for the break. Take this, Kizzy. Take this. Take that round of applause there, man. You preach. Let's get one more voice note before we go for the break here. One more voice note. Let me see that one here. Hold on. I'm gonna get this voice note here before we go for the break. Hold on.
Good afternoon, Mr. Washington. You have a bomb to drop about this evil, wicked Bedford bacteria. The bomb is Japan Fuel program. I see you do have a check about them and that evil PNM will come to the PNM and tell you that. Yeah, I want to play for the team.
All right, KFC. We ain't get that one good.
Take clear.
Yeah, we ain't get that one good. Technology. Folks, we're gonna go for that quick break and we come back. We have a new calypso to drop for you. A new calypso. KFC, we gotta go for the break. KFC, you have a minute before we go for the break. All right, we're going for the break. Folks, don't forget Sherry Live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And you could send your voice notes and you can call us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10. Wait, every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. Every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, Sherry Live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers. Don't forget, folks. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And you can reach us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Caller, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington. Don't tell me again, man.
What's happening, man?
Say
that again? I hear you. Yeah.
Talking about the UNC lockups, 10,000 black men, right?
I don't.
You know, I was a party night for that country was saving lives and limbs.
Yeah.
That thing, you know, back when I was still at us, it was boy, you know, that red back and I put you, man, with passed away with our water.
Yeah.
Say something, and plenty of them who look up and think allegedly sitting out in that. As they come out dead under the PNM.
Correct. That is PNM red tricks, man. They're talking about who they lock up and who they didn't lock up.
I see you do a fast check on this evil, wicked, Bedford bacteria.
Yeah, we go do that.
PNM until he dead.
Yeah.
forward program.
Yeah, we go do that. We go play that.
Yeah, less than 100 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tommy, imagine that. Tommy, you know, that PNM miseducation, it really have messed with many of us and many people in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I mean, that fella couldn't Google that and figure that out, Tommy.
Too lazy.
Is that what it is?
Or in a state.
Boy, I tell you. Folks, I want you guys to take a listen to this. The Prime Minister should apologize to the country for allowing people to go and lie to the public about his bullying behavior when he was at CIC for 5 years. He should apologize to the people of Trinidad and Tobago for that. And come to the people and tell them sincerely, I bullied Imran Khan. I am sorry for what I did. And please, all of you who are trying to defend what I did, stop it. Stop it. Because I did it. I know what I was doing. I did it. I take full responsibility. Full stop. That's what we want. Take a listen to this.
Bullying experience, a message to PM Stuart Young from Imran Khan. There are two parts to every story, and this is mine. I was so happy to make my father proud by passing my common entrance exam. CIC was my first choice as my father also attended there. I soon learned that high school was completely different from my primary days at Maria Goretti with Ms. Gonzalez. My aspiration was to enter the medical field like my father, even though art and music were my passion. My studies took a back seat, however, once I started attending CIC. To be clear, the bullying I and many others endured was not light-hearted ribbing. Myself and others were verbally attacked about race, appearance, family, and what part of Trinidad you were from. I was punched in the groin as well, slapped, kicked, spit on, and had my allowance money taken away weekly. I started hiding during breaks and lunch just to avoid confrontations with Stuart Young and his friends. This went on until Form 5 and progressively got worse and worse each year. When I informed my school, I was told I needed to toughen up. The dean did nothing, the vice principal did nothing, the principal did nothing. My math teacher at the time even called me a fat piece of shit during a class. These were the adults that I had to turn to in an institution that was supposed to be a safe space for learning. I decided at that point to confront Stuart Young to find out why he kept picking on me. His response was, "You're a fat piece of Indian shit."
Hear that? All hear that?
Yep.
Let me replay that. Let me replay that. Let me replay that. Because I know some of you all might miss it. Remember the Prime Minister said if he was going to the fridge?
Right.
And he was opening your fridge door, Tommy?
Yep. Yep.
Tommy?
Just in case.
Just in case. And we have other instances recently of the PM being a bully.
That's right. Right there in the hot mic parliament.
Correct is right, Tommy. So really and truly, the only thing that's changed is that he has gotten older. That's the only thing that's changed. But he's still the same bully when he attended CIC. Take a listen, folks. Take a listen. This is not Wall Street and Uncle Tommy saying it, you know. This is Imran Khan saying it. And we should try to get him on here. We should try that. Yeah, we should try that.
To find out why he kept picking on me. His response was, "You're a fat piece of Indian shit," as he walked away with his friends. Naively, I never viewed race as an issue when I was attending CIC, as we were all from the same small island. I walked away dismayed that there was no resolution. Weeks later, I decided I was going to put a stop to this. I had become withdrawn, depressed, and hated going to school. So one morning before school started, I put my books away in my locker, went downstairs with a baton hidden, and saw Stuart Young walking into school alone across the parking lot. I approached him again and told him he needed to stop. He looked at me and said, "What you going to do about it, you fat piece of shit?" At that...
Hear that? Hear that? And you know, Tommy, you know the sad thing? PNM people want to say, oh, they should lock up this fella and they should hold him for this and hold him for that. The fella had enough. And it is a good thing that he only cracked him across the head. Good thing. That is it. It's a good thing.
Point, I lost it. The irony was that the bully who had been tormenting me for the last 5 years was now running away, crying for help like a coward. Do I regret my actions back then? Oh God, yes, but in the mind of a 16-year-old, this seemed like...
For me, think about it, eh? He was the victim, and he's looking back and saying he regretted. But the Prime Minister, he's apologizing to all the people that are being bullied, instead of just apologizing to Imran Khan for his behavior. Prime Minister Stuart Bully Young? Really? Really? Prime Minister Young? Nah. Let's continue.
The only feasible recourse. Soon thereafter, I was expelled from CIC, and Stuart Young was now the victim of an unprovoked attack. After the coup happened, that pushed the decision to leave Trinidad even more and start over. And for those of you passing judgment on the situation, imagine if this was happening to your child. At first, I couldn't understand why my sister spoke up about it after the ridiculous article the Express wrote, but then I realized she was just trying to stand up for me because, frankly, I couldn't be bothered. Thank you, Lasana, for the kind words and speaking the truth. I lost many friendships after I left, due in part to wanting to forget everything. You, Colin Santana, Dave Sixto, Maruf Muhammad, Dale Penko, Valmiki Ramlagan, and countless others to name. Hopefully, if I ever do come back to visit, we could grab a roti and a red solo.
So all the PNM people, that is from Imran Khan. That is not from Wall Street or from Uncle Tommy. That is from Imran Khan.
The source.
That's right. Directly from the source. Mr. Santa Cruz, welcome.
Good afternoon, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, and to everybody out here.
Same to you.
Never do that. He's too haughty because he made everybody believe that he was a victim.
Correct.
He was the victim.
Yep.
And he had the Express making people believe that he was a victim.
Lying.
That he never had any interaction with the young man before that day.
Yep.
And we are seeing it. And anybody who's honest enough will know that Stuart Young was bullying these children. Lasana Libel have no reason to defend Imran Khan, but he came out and he said what it is that man was doing. And for 5 years, he bullied that young man.
5 years.
And allegations out there are also that he was a bully in primary school.
Oh God!
I understand.
Where?
Yeah, I understand. Yes.
What?
He collected a back to his cheek.
Oh
for
God!
bullying in a prep school, a private prep school. And we saw it came from primary. I can't say from the womb to the tomb, right? Because I don't know what is going to take place before he reaches the tomb. But we are seeing it. We saw it. We don't know, and we can't say we're using our imagination, right? Because we saw what he did in Parliament. We heard his language in Parliament. And we are hearing, and MP Hossain said it on the platform, the words that he used to be calling that Charles man, Rodney Charles. Khadijah Amin said it, the words that he used to be referring to them.
Yeah.
And if he could cuss the Singh when the Singh was telling him to behave himself, right? Who is to say that he wasn't telling all of them it too? You know why? Because he got wings from Rowley to treat the rest of them as he very well wanted to. That man is no saint. And as I said in my voice note, he's tainted wine that they tried to come and push off us and stuff. Wall Street, you remembered when Rowley came into office, the financiers spent millions to make him over. Yep. And what we saw, the same Wajang that came into office is the same Wajang that left the office. And that is the same thing that is happening to Stuart Young. They can't make him over.
No, they can't.
When a dog on custom sucking egg.
Yeah.
They can't stop.
Yep.
And anytime his back is against the wall, his bullying antics is going to come out. And I am asking a question for a friend. Was he also a bully in his common law relationship?
Oh!
I don't know. I'm asking.
Alleged.
Is that why it broke up? Is that why he get kicked up outside Westmall? I don't know why asking.
Okay.
Because I always say a schoolyard bully grows up to be an adult abuser. They cannot change. They cannot change. And especially when people make excuses for your nasty behavior. And from the look of things, his behavior, excuses were being made right through his life for his nasty behavior. And another thing I want to say before I go, this misconception that people keep fooling themselves with, that UNC and PNM are the same thing. You brought up some perfect examples. UNC tried to make a difference in this country.
Correct.
And they did a very good job. If they were the same, Kamala Prasad-Bissessar won the Glamour Award for her services in social welfare. We heard Mr. Ban Ki-moon congratulating her for her social services and implementing it and all that what she was trying to do for young girls, right? We got the award for the happiest country, for democracy. They won awards for education, energy, and trade. What has Keith Rowley won? What has Keith Rowley government won? They laugh, they ridicule the laptop initiative, right? And now for the COVID, what did they try to do? But you see, and he has his crayfish posse repeating everything he said. Oh, the laptops were not good. This was not good. It was too expensive. They thief free money. I would like to ask them, where did our COVID money go? Where did it go? Because people who applied for grants during the COVID never got it. Where did it go? You can't tell me 22 billion went up in smoke.
Yep. Correct.
The UNC tried, they started with the diversification of the economy, right? With the boardwalk, with the developing down shagaramas for local tourism. They did they tried they did the Cuba Hospital for medical tourism.
Correct.
They did the aquatic center and all that for sports tourism.
Correct.
And the DB campus was for educational tourism.
Correct.
What has Keith Rowley and this government done? Bella Hospital, 15 floor with one. I try to mammogram people that one floor was working. And look at today, we are seeing because Dr. Tilakson came out and talk about it.
Yep.
The man was fired.
By the PNM Party Group.
That is democracy, Wall Street.
Yep, PNM Party Group, SWHRA.
Yeah.
And listen to this, Miss Santa Cruz, as you say that.
Yeah.
The chairman of the board of SWRA was appointed in 2017 to a committee that made a report in the parliament. And in 2018, she was named the chairman of the SWRA. It's a party, it's a PNM party group. Right?
And that is Lisa Agard?
Yes. No, not Lisa Agard. No, not Lisa Agard. No. Lisa Agard, I think, is Northwest Regional Health Authority. She was the chairman.
I think it's that man, Davlin or something, so?
No. Listen to this one. Let me tell you. Hold on. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what it is. I have it right here. Let me tell you who it is. It is the woman. Her name is, let me see what her name is. What is her name again, boy? Hold on, eh? Listen off here. I go tell it off here. All right.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me just finish it off.
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
What did the PNM and the Rowley and now Stuart want to try to baffle us with brilliance and dazzle us with BS? I am going to do this. I'm going to work with the youths and them. Why were you not working with the youths and them when you were there 10 years? You're coming out to fool the people in Labre and bringing this big project for you. Never seen in the Caribbean. I'm calling on the people. Don't fall. Do not fall for Stuart Young rhetoric. Neither, because we know it's Rowley and Viglin him. Don't fall for their rhetoric. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's the lady name. Is Mrs. Valerie Allen Rollins. She's the chairman of the board of directors. In 2017, this is 2018 she was named. In 2017, she was on a committee in Parliament. Okay, can I read this here, boy? Let me find her name. Hold on, I want to read this for you. Listen to this, This is from the Hansard. We don't make things up here. The committee was chaired by a very experienced doctor, Dr. Winston Welch, and he was supported by Dr. Wayne Frederick. All you remember, the fellow who was the president of Howard University, and he gave Dr. Rowley an honorary PhD degree.
Yep.
That is him, a PNM committee, right? Dr. Wayne Frederick, a national who is president of Howard University, a medical practitioner, Professor Carl Theodore, who, as you know, out of UE, is an expert in both healthcare economics, Mr. Martin Degans, Dr. Adish Shojin Singh, and Mrs. Valerie Allen Rollins, and Dr. Alan Prasad. That was in 2017. Then in 2018, the PNM government named her to be the chairman of the board of directors of the Southwest Regional Health Authority. Or they think it's easy. And then the doctor who was speaking the truth, right? The PNM party group, yes, the PNM party group decide to put him on ice. Or they think they're easy. Take a listen to this. This is our next example of Stuart Young bullying behavior. Listen to it.
Another example of current PM Stuart Young bullying behavior. Young stoops at media, questioned over gun donation to TTPS. A visibly irritated Minister of Energy and Minister in the office of the Prime Minister Stuart Young yesterday responded with a stoops at the media when an attempt was made to question him about his handing over of a gun to the police service. Young...
Now, all you don't take lightly to, oh, it's just a stoops. All you go see the video. Watch the video after this.
Was approached for comment at the swearing-in ceremony for councillors of the Port of Spain Corporation at City Hall in Port of Spain. When the ceremony came to an end and Young was exiting City Hall's Ethelbert Telly Paul chamber, a reporter said, "Minister Young, I have a question to ask." Young responded, "What is the question?" The reporter continued, "The question is regarding the Gun Disposal Act." The minister then let out a stoops and walked off. The disclosure that Young had donated a firearm to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, TTPS, was made by opposition members of Parliament, Dr. Rudal Munilal and Saddam Hussein, at a United National Congress (UNC) news conference on Sunday, August 20th, where they called on Young to disclose details of the donation. On Monday, August 21st, Young confirmed that he had donated a legal weapon to the TTPS and that the possession and disposal of any legal firearm must be authorized by the Commissioner of Police. Young was quoted in The Guardian was saying, "I can confirm that I did donate a legal weapon to the TTPS. At all times I have abided by the laws of Trinidad and Tobago." He also denied claims by the UNC that the weapon was a semi-automatic gun. The minister added, "My action was of my own volition, and I stand by it." Repugnant and totally unacceptable was how the UNC Member of Parliament for Oropush, East Rudal Munilal, yesterday described Young's behavior when he was approached by the media about the firearm. Young has several critical questions to answer with respect to his questionable donation of a firearm to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. This is a suspicious activity involving yet unknown police officers, which may be in breach of the law. I raised those matters at the opposition's Sunday press conference on August 20th, 2023, and in my statements on the issue earlier this week. The media must be commended for the continuing probe into this suspicious activity of a senior government minister, one who has round-the-clock police protection. Young's retort to the journalists' inquiry is consistent with the authoritarianism and haughtiness of his boss. He added, he called on Young, who is a sitting member of the National Security Council, NSC, to hold himself accountable to the citizens of this country. Munilal said, Young's behavior toward the media illustrated the high-handedness and lack of transparency of the Rowley regime. In fact, Prime Minister Rowley has returned to Trinidad and Tobago from a safe sanctuary without addressing any of the raging national issues, including Young's questionable gun escapade. In addition, Police Commissioner Erla Harewood Christopher must publicly explain the policy, procedure, and practice in receiving firearms from citizens. The Express learned that Young obtained the FULs under former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith to purchase firearms, including the one he donated to the police. While Griffith declined to divulge information due to FUL confidentiality, he previously told the Express that while Young is within the law to hand over a weapon to the TTPS or a legitimate dealer, he still has questions to answer. Griffith asked why Young donated the weapon to an elite arm of the TTPS and not the station where the weapon is registered. He also raised questions as to why the weapon was donated and whether it was recalibrated to make it automatic.
You good? What is the question?
You'll see for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's right there. It's right there. And Tommy, you know, that reminds me of something, Tommy. You remember the other day when he was in where he was in Roger Monroe's constituency. What constituency is that again? Is it
Toko Sandy Grande.
Sandy Grande. And the woman asked Roger Monroe a question. And Stuart Young just pulled him away.
That's right.
Remember that? Look. Yeah, KFC. KFC. Yeah.
So, Mr. Young walk off in the media and shoes. We telling me that the case is Chinese. It's so disrespectful. I mean, we couldn't lucky.
And KFC, you remember when he was in Sandy Grande?
Yeah.
He pulled the MP away. A woman asking a question. He don't think he had to answer the question. He pulled the MP away.
Yeah, he pulled very big fat guinea pig. So the woman asking a question. She had participated the boy 5 years and something. Remember he's a Chinese. She come to school with bands and all kind of thing. Boy might be fat in them time, man.
Yep.
And the boy might get fed up.
You think it easy?
We say we do it right, but when they concern getting bullied in the school after making your class club. Yeah, that's separate to Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah.
If you concern getting bullied and bully. And they one day must stop it.
One day you have to stop it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me go back to the chat. Mr. Young just as arrogant as Mr. Rowley. Banwari says, why Rowley not charged like Bass? PNM Fox a Wall Street, the man without sin. I don't know what you're talking about now. Sanford Berry, woman you're talking. New York City. Freebie Small says the man started to show off his true colors. Correct is right, you know? No, sorry. Right? He continuing to show his true colors. He's continuing to show his true colors. Yeah, Financial Guru, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, everyone.
Yeah.
Professor Wall Street.
Yeah.
I've been listening and I've been hearing what some of the detractors are saying.
Yeah.
I want to go with this quote. The only referendum in an election, only referendum on an election or a re-election is on the incumbent. You talked about Mr. Young, and up to now, I have not heard anything of substance from the PNM after being in the belly and the beast of the all-rounder for the PNM under the Rowley administration. He has been at the forefront. He has done nothing to give Trinidadians and Tobagonians the assurance that something will change. And I heard Ms. Santa Cruz, and I have been saying this also, you cannot change and put a new wine bottle and put the same rancid wine and call it vintage Cabernet Blanc from France. It ain't. Now, you talked about specifically, I want to get to the point. The current administration under Young's remit is about this government efficiency. And I hear people saying, what is the difference between the UNC and the PNM?
have two choices, folks. We're going to wake up and smell the coffee. For 10 years, this government has led this country down a fiscal cliff. We are 5.5 billion in foreign reserves only. That's almost 35 billion. In foreign debt, while our foreign reserves are less than that. But I want to talk about this inefficiency that he's talking about. Now, here's the difference between the UNC and the PNL. Who, for example, brought the legislation for the disposable of assets and procurement into being? Was it the PNM or was it the UNC? Well, it was started under Manning. But who was pushing or promulgating for that legislation to be pushed? It was the UNC. Who watered down the current legislation where disposable assets cannot have the purview or the remit of the current procurement legislator? The PNM. Who delayed it? The PNM. And let me just tell you why they do it. So this efficiency organization that they're talking about is going to lead to nothing, because there are two aspects. There is something called scope creep. And scope creep is basically, and let me just bear with me, Professor Walsh, I'm going to be very quick. Scope creep is defined as where government projects, they increase the value of the projects for a number of reasons, either because they don't have proper project planning, either because of possible nefarious bribery, kickbacks, which will cost the taxpayers. And we have seen this time and time again. Professor Walsh, I want to talk to you about some of the things, as I said, with regards to the Tobago Airport, with regards to the Ministry of Health building that they built for 480 billion. You understand? With regards to the Central Block, with regards to the Brian Lara Taruva Stadium, that is called scope creep. With regards to the Napa building that was increased in value under the auspices of this administration. What about, for example, and the reason why they do it is because of what is called arbitrage of inefficiency. Listen to me carefully, Professor Walsh. This is the difference between whether you like it or not. The UNC has made mistakes. They have made mistakes. We're not going around with that. But the people who are in power right now for the last 9.5 years is the Rowley administration, led by one Keith Rowley, and now handed over to Stuart Young. When you have inefficiency of arbitrage is an opportunity to make profits. And it's usually, you know this as an analyst in the stock market, that it's usually a short-term event or phenomena. But when you set up scope creep, when you make a project and you increase the value of the project, you can have inefficiencies, and which has happened, and you have cost overruns, which cost the taxpayer. And we're seeing this, we saw this, and I'm telling you, this happened in the Tobago Airport, and I would like to go through that, and it's going to happen with this sale of this refinery with Owando. Owando share capital just fell by 40 million US, by 40 million US, and they want to give that refinery on a lease for 15 years. That is nonsense. So when people talk, you got to deal with the facts. The facts say for the last 9.5 years, we have seen increase in corruption. The corruption index has gone up. We have seen a decrease in our inventiveness. You could go and check it, right? We have seen a decrease in transparency. We have seen a decrease in employment. We have seen a decrease in our foreign reserves. Our foreign debt has gone up, and I'll leave you with this. Another thing that is different, because you see, we only have two doors here. Door A, which is continue with Stuart Young under the remit of his master and his principal, Dr. Keith Rowley, or for the last 10 years, the people who have been in opposition, Mrs. Kamnabi sets up aside, and when you put it against, you juxtapose both against each other. You look and see in terms of GDP, in terms of productivity, in terms of employment, in terms of criminality, because when I was in Trinidad, when Mrs. Visesa Prasad called that state of emergency, yes, people were incarcerated. Yes, it was mostly people of our color and hue. But here's the difference. The difference is people were alive and people were able to get recourse and sue the government. Now, this current state of emergency, what did the PNM do under Reginald Amor, who's now a justice in the Eastern Caribbean Court. They removed that. So you cannot sue the government just like that. You have no recourse. You have to go through jump more holes, jump more hoops than anyone else. So please, people, let's wake up. The fact is, we have two choices. So we continue where we have no dragon gas sustainability. We don't know if it will happen. Mr. Young has said he's going to meet Marco Rubio on some online conference. We don't know if that dragon gas, I want dragon gas and cocaine and manatee to go through because I'm a Trinidadian first. But when you put your eggs in one basket, you have no diversification. What do you expect? So wake up, people. The fact is, it is chalk and cheese. And it's only on April 28th, we have two choices. Remain with the same person, the bully, the person who has been the Gary Sobers, the person who has over 100 recusals, and his family has benefited, or you take a chance with the coalition of the willing under the remit of Mrs. Kamala Processor.
Thank you.
Thank you. To make that choice. Good afternoon,
Thank
Uncle
you.
Wall Street.
All right.
Good afternoon, Uncle Tommy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Best, yeah.
Same to you.
Yeah. So they have a headline: secret deals and dirty money. TT government official tied to US UK gangster illicit empire. So is that why the problem, Tommy, that we have problems with visa now out of the US?
Quite possibly.
Oh God. My God. My God. Tommy boy. But anyway, folks, there was a little discrepancy or a little misleading information regarding Wendy Lewis, who was a former protocol officer for, God rest his soul, Patrick Manning. And his wife came out and said that she really didn't know anything about Wendy Lewis. So we'll play that for you, but listen to what Wendy Lewis had to say.
Actually, on Monday, I felt it was the right thing to do because for the past 9.5 years, I have been victimized. So for me, my allegiance went when Mr. Patrick Manning went. So I had to make a decision on moral and ethical grounds. I have known John Michael Ali Lucas for over 2 decades. So I prefer to put people over politics as well. He's my friend for forever and a day, and he wants to represent the people. I know the constituency inside out. I've been in politics for 26 years, and I understand that politics is about people. So if I recognize that people are not being represented, I have to make a decision based on people.
I mean, you're saying you have seen things going down. I mean, tell me for on the Patrick Manson now, what
Chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. It's very, very different, and I say that with no apologies. There are things that you're seeing now that you would not have seen in Mr. Manning's time. And I mean, they're two different leaders, so I'm not saying they're supposed to be the same. There's different styles of leadership, but at the end of the day, the vision was supposed to remain the same, and that I have not seen.
Right, and what position you held in the PNM and the constituency?
I was the personal protocol officer to Mr. Manning. I was the area manager for Monaco, which is why I had to be here today. I was the campaign PRO for St. Joseph when they went up against Ian Allen. I also worked on the Pfizer campaign in 2015. I was the elections officer and education officer for Party 3. And yeah, so I held at least 6 to 7 positions. I've been in politics for 26 years. And I want to say this, a lot of people are saying you cross the floor, you change your mind, you're a traitor. If you go to sit at a table to be fed and you're no longer being fed, your conscience is supposed to tell you when to walk away. I am not one of those sycophants. The right thing is the right thing, as what we said. At the end of the day, it's about representation and it's about people. When I was the area manager for Monaco, you hear the same cries. Mr. Manning, go on, we still hearing the same cries, or something had to do. Something had to do.
There you have it. That is the young lady, Wendy Lewis, telling you about her positions that she held under the PNM, Tommy. Under the PNM. But I want you all to listen to what Mrs. Patrick Manning had to say, because she was singing a different story. But I'm not gonna blame her because, you know, things happen. And things are in the past and you don't remember what happened back then and all these kind of things. So I am not gonna pass judgment but I'm going to give you the facts. That's what we are going to do. So I want you guys to take a listen to this.
Hazel Manning.
Say that again.
To Miss Hazel Manning.
Hazel Manning, yes, Hazel Manning. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. This is it. So I want you guys to listen to this. Take a listen.
Hazel Manning refutes UNC campaign manager's claims of past ties. Former Education Minister Hazel Manning has rejected claims made by Wendy Lewis, who said she once held a key position within the constituency office of the late Prime Minister Patrick Manning. Hazel Manning, the widow of the former Prime Minister, responded on Facebook this morning after Lewis appeared in a Guardian media interview on Friday during a walkabout in Monrepo, explaining her decision to switch allegiance to the United National Congress, UNC, after decades of involvement in politics. Lewis is now the campaign manager for prospective UNC candidate for San Fernando East, John Michael Alabocas. She claimed she had worked closely with Patrick Manning and the Manning family. The San Fernando East seat was held by Patrick Manning for decades and is now represented by his son, Brian Manning. In the interview, Lewis said, "I was personal protocol officer for Mr. Manning. I was the area manager for Monrepo, which is why I had to be here today. I've been in politics for 26 years. She added, "My allegiance went when Mr. Patrick Manning went. There are things that you see now that you would not have seen in Mr. Manning's time." In response, Hazel Manning said, "The post or position of personal protocol officer under my late husband, Patrick Manning, simply did not exist. It never has and never did." She denied that Lewis had worked for or represented her family in any capacity. To say otherwise or to claim to have represented, advised, spoken for, or worked with my family is simply false, Manning said. This individual was never retained by me, my late husband, or my sons, and has never had any standing with the Manning family or served remotely as our representative. Manning said Lewis once attended a short course where she came into contact with her firm, but insisted there was no formal relationship. This attempt to misrepresent history is unfortunate, and I ask that these claims cease immediately, she added. It was organized by chair of the party's Women's League, Laventille East Morvant MP Donna Cox. Pastor Joan Allen of the Open Bible Church told the gathering, "Fact check, Wendy Lewis was a personal protocol officer for Mr. Manning." In a Guardian newspaper's article titled, "Pastor at Prayers for Manning, He is not a god," it stated that former Prime Minister Patrick Manning is progressing nicely at the Washington, D.C. Rehabilitation Center where he is being treated for a stroke, according to his personal protocol officer, Wendy Lewis. She offered the update on the health of the San Fernando East MP during a prayer meeting yesterday at his constituency office, Coffee Street, San Fernando. The session, where members and supporters of the People's National Movement, PNM, prayed for Manning's full recovery, was attended by the opposition MP's son, Brian, as well as well-wishers.
You know, Tommy, what I find, to be honest with you, I find sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut.
True.
You know, you can finish it. I just find so sometimes.
And to open it and make yourself out to be a...
Yeah. But let me give Caribbean Soul, thank you very much. Let me give, let's take this call. Caller, welcome.
Good evening again, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy. No, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy, this is where Miss Karen Sharon Nunez supposed to come on your program and see if it's true.
No, that's not Karen. That's Mrs. Manning.
No. But Karen was part of Manning government, so she will know this lady.
No, but what it is, the final fact check was an article from back then where it stated that Wendy Lewis was a protocol officer for Patrick Manning.
But but you see, the thing is, if they hear from the horse's mouth who was involved in the government, then they will put it to bed.
Okay.
If you understand what I say.
No, I understand. Yeah, man, bless.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I understand. But I think that
checked out in the fact check.
It's fact check. We fact check it. So, and not only that, but she followed up as well with all the different posts she held within the PNM.
Yep.
So, a bunch of rhetorics again. Anyway, I just got this from Caribbean Soul. This is the Government of Republic of Trinidad, Ministry of Health Communication Unit, media release March 23rd, 2025. Statement from the Honorable Terence D. Alsing, Minister of Health. Port of Spain, March 23rd, 2025. The following statement is issued by the Honorable Terence D. Alsing, Minister of Health. I know that Dr. Joel Tilak Singh has been sent on administrative leave by the Southwest Regional Health Authority. Whilst I find his opinions and writing sometimes controversial, I'm a firm believer in free speech, even at my own personal expense. In that belief, I have directed that Dr. Tilak Singh be immediately reinstated and the investigation be conducted while he's on the job. So, folks, while I just told you all about the chairman of the board of directors, Mrs. Valerie Allen Rollins, who was put on a committee by the PNM in 2017, made a statement in Parliament in 2017. 2018, she was appointed as the chairman of the PNM party group, SWRHA. So all they have to do is to whisper in the left ear, listen, you see them thing he talking about we there? We have to get rid of him. And I want to congratulate the Minister of Health, Terence D. Alsing. And Tommy, I am wondering if the first bully was there, if he would have do anything about that. What do you think, Tommy?
I think the answer is yes.
If the first bully, I think if he was there, he could have rescinded that suspension.
I don't think he would have been able to rescind it.
Correct is right. There we go. Yep. You would have just say, hey, listen. Yeah, KFC.
Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah.
So, I think come up and stand film.
Yeah, he said how to rescind the suspension, yeah.
Now you brother, you know. you feel even my role, you will come up and feel brother there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You pack up your judge bundle and go.
Yeah.
So what is the first now? Black people again, we don't stand up for one another.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah. But I want to congratulate Terence D. Alsing because, Tommy, I don't know if the main bully was still there, if he could have rescinded anything. I am not sure, but I don't want to pass any judgment. Yeah. I see some comments that I want to address. Let me see something. Oh, Tommy, Patty said, Tommy, could you, Mr. Tommy, say you did nothing you regret as an aged man? That's what Patty asking you.
It's impossible for anybody to say they didn't do things that they regretted.
Yeah. I mean, PNM Fox says, Patricia Reed, Wall Street is a poor example of an educator. Okay. Well, PNM Fox, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. You understand that, Tommy?
I really don't know what his references uses as.
On Patty said the same thing. Wall Street, you're a poor example of an educator. Patty, what does you on PNM Fox mean? I don't understand. I wonder what does that mean, boy? So, folks, can you help me? Paradise awaits beautiful soul. Welcome. Good luck with UNC. My finger not putting them there, regardless of who wins. I got to live in my beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. So I guess Paradise rather suffer under the PNM. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Paradise. But I don't know if you are waiting any beautiful soul though, Paradise. But I have no problem with that. I don't have any problem with that. If you want to suffer peacefully, you can do that. Capitan say, "Wall, that's propaganda written from Imran Khan." Oh God, Capitan, go too bad at all. Yeah, Capitan, ain't easy. Let me see. Oh God, we only have a few minutes left, boy. Let me see if I could get one more video in there before we go. I wonder which one I could get, boy. Nah, that one. Oh, now we go play them. So folks, I want to play this one for you all. So we had also do a little fact checking on the Mugabe station. For me, there's going to be plenty content. There's going to be real content. I want you all to listen to this. Listen to this fella. This is so sad, but it is what it is. Again, the gentleman on the Mugabe station, I forget his real name, Is it Mr. Bacteria or Mr. Bacteria? Which one is it? Can you help me, folks? I'm not sure. I want to know. Is it Mr. Bacteria or Mr. Bacteria? Which one is it? Oh, look at here. It's Mr. Bacteria. Why did I call him Mr. Bacteria? Why do they do that? I don't understand that. Anyway, folks, take a listen to this. Listen to this,
Oil 100 years was not Trinidad and Tobago that we know today. Trinidad and Tobago that we know today, which youth who are now half of its age, and we have a few citizens, even our Prime Minister has surpassed the age of our independence at 62 or 60 much years. Our Prime Minister is 75. Our independence is about 65. So we have been extracting oil for 100 years.
So Tommy, you hear that, right? We have not been extracting oil for 100 years. I mean, anyway, there we go.
The Englishman who was here 100 years ago, he extracted more than 60% before he left.
So, Tommy, the Englishman extracted, right, oil before he left, right? So he wasn't. Anyway, that wasn't we. That was the Englishman.
Right.
Nah, that wasn't we. That wasn't we.
I don't think that figure is correct, but he's
yeah. Forward trying to correct him, right? But you see, they don't pay attention. It reminds me when Gordon Joseph says he don't use Google. He don't use Google. He could have easily, before he make that dumb statement, which he has made many in the past, and just Google it to find out.
Still extracting.
We are doing an analogy. Trinidad and Tobago, you're saying that we've been extracting oil for 100 years. My point to you, Trinidad and Tobago that we know today has not been extracting oil for 100 years. So that rhetoric is out of the window, right?
No. If it's the country we're talking about,
Fact check, Trinidad and Tobago has been extracting oil for over 100 years. The country's oil industry began in the late 19th century, and the first commercial oil well was drilled at Aripero in 1902. The industry expanded significantly after the first major oil discovery at Fort in 1910. Since then, Trinidad and Tobago has remained a key player in the global energy sector, later diversifying into natural gas production as well. Another misleading information by Mr. Bacteria.
Oh, wow. They call him Mr. Bacteria there, right, boy? I tell you, boy. Tommy? I don't know what this is. So, folks, as we come to the end of another, all we do is bring you the facts and nothing but the facts. There are many people who don't like facts, but that is all we could do, Tommy.
That's all.
We can't do anything else other than that. And folks, always stop with the rhetorics that the PNM and the UNC are the same. It is not the same. Call a hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute, Anderson. Folks, start putting your closing comments and closing quotes in the chat and send your closing voice notes as well. Go ahead, Anderson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Walsh.
Good afternoon.
Tommy, all the listeners.
Good afternoon, Anderson.
And the people that when God by bacteria, by God, when you dance it hard, when people tell you that you don't know that you know, boy, when you see when everybody will win.
Correct is right.
I want to tell you a mistake that the PNM had made, not only for 60-something years they have been making. This one will send the PNM straight home. Once there's a fair election, Mr. Wall Street,
in
no way PNM will win. What your is, and how they don't care about the black people and poor people and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You know, all stupid man young are to do. That stupid man, that Johnny come lately, that political cocaine seller. All he had to do was for the people to say, it's so wrong, we don't like black people. Look, your tongue now come and we get back pay. All they tell me, all they get people, MTS no money, master workers no money, nurses no money, doctors still waiting on their back pay. Now they call election, man, the people waiting on all you. Wall Street, they're waiting on them. And for all who feel that that PNM go win and that they choose, why think it's in the Trinidad to be ain't gonna choose? They're gonna make sure and get rid of the PNM forever. Forever. Remember I said it this evening, Wall Street. A lot of things I said it came to pass. And I'm saying the PNM is not going to win. Wall Street program as usual.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Okay, Anderson.
So, folks, I promised this song. I'm gonna play this song here real quick, Tommy, before we go for the break. I promised this song here. Somebody tell me, well, she just promised a song, then you didn't play it. I'm gonna play this song here real quick. Where I put it? Did I put it here? Okay. Nah, where I put it? Okay. Nah, I didn't put it there. If I put it here. Okay, here we go. Folks, here we go.
For Trinidad and Tobago to grow, PNM must go.
PNM, your days are numbered. UNC will take over. Trinidad and Tobago, yellow is the code. PNM, them in too much bacchanal. Them say PNM sleeping with the criminals. When PNM in power, the crime rate goes up higher. PNM breaks the country every time. When PNM in power, them don't care about them character. PNM bankrupt the country every time. Them say PNM must go far, far away. Never to come back until judgment day. PNM who breaks the country every time. PNM, them in too much confusion. Them say PNM rocking up good governance. When PNM in power, more taxes is the order. PNM breaks the country every time. When PNM in power, it's for the rich to get richer. PNM bankrupt the country every time. Them say PNM must go far, far away. Never to come back until judgment day. PNM who breaks the country every time. PNM, them in too much corruption. Them say UNC is the only solution. When the PP was in power, the country started to prosper. PNM come break the country every time. When PNM in power, love until continues to suffer. PNM bankrupt the country every time. Them say PNM must go far, far away. Never will come back until judgment day. PNM who breaks the country every time. PNM, them spiteful and real bad mind. Them say PNM breaks the country every time. When PNM in power, criminals they appoint all over. PNM breaks the country every time. But when Tamla come in power, all corruption will uncover. UNC will make our lives live better. Them say PNM must go far, far away. Never will come back until judgment day. PNM who breaks the country every time. Prices get higher. Petrol train. Our foreign reserve has diminished with this wicked PNM, bad-minded and spiteful PNM government. Your days are numbered. Yellow is the code. Trinidad and Tobago. Yellow is the code. Vote UNC for a better TNT.
Okay. No audio.
Yeah, my partner sent that to me, they told me. I just have it in here as the Calypsonian father. I only have it as the Calypsonian father. But folks, we're going to take that break and we'll be right back to wrap. Don't forget, send your voice notes, send your closing quotes in the chat, and we'll be right back after this. Stick and stay. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And Tommy, let me take this before I say what I have to say. KFC, welcome.
Hi, good day, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
Yeah, man, bless.
Good program. Mr. Good, I go to my brother, I'm going to be from the Anderson. I will see you tomorrow, bye.
Yeah.
Mr. Washington.
Yeah.
You saw the film as a parade?
Yeah.
Down in the dredge, right?
Yeah.
we call her my godmother and give share our to the voters, the young voters, right? You know, in the East West Korea, for them 8, 9, 10 years, the children of European and CPF, they give them a hamper, butter, bread.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're getting right now, you know.
Correct.
So they're going back and vote the PNM. So the PNM are them?
Yeah, so I can't be upset with the Queen of Talk. You know what I mean?
I can't, I'm not going to because she make my talk because she program and say Raleigh must go, Raleigh must go. And she called me careful after then the Prime Minister, but he gone. Right now, they with that man behind it, you know.
Yeah.
I give him a book and get name for him. So I love that tomorrow, God
Yeah,
still
man.
I love.
Bless. Tommy, my wife took me out last night.
Nice.
For birthday. We
Hey,
went to Barclays and,
I forget to wish you happy birthday. Your birthday was on the 20th.
But it's not yet. I'll go tell you when it is.
Is it 20th?
She surprised me. She take me out to the Barclays Center to the Cat Williams comedy show. And before that, we went to a vegan restaurant in Brooklyn. Tommy, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. But that thing was so good, eh? We couldn't even eat all the food.
What's the name of the restaurant and where is it located?
It's Livingston Street in Brooklyn. 88 Livingston Street in Brooklyn.
That's in Brooklyn Heights.
Down by Court Street, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct is right. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Tommy. It was excellent. And then we went to the show, Tommy boy, I laughed my guts full.
I hear you.
It was enjoyable. They had Monique on it. They had who's that fella again, boy? Is it Morrison? The old kind of skinny fella. They had the next fella. It was really enjoyable. It was a splendiferous birthday present, right? Early birthday present, so to speak.
Yeah, because your birthday is not until April 20th.
Correct is right. You understand? So I got a nice early birthday present and I was very happy. And let me say, before we go, congratulations to the Queen of Talk, Aisha Wells, on a new program on 91.1, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. You know, I hope they don't censor her and call her. Slim, there's what you turn to. Look, Big George sent me. Let me read what he sent me. Your partner, Big George, sent me. Slim, this is what you turn to. I feel for you. And I know what you mean by that. Big George, boy. Big George, another one of them PNM till I die, you know. So, folks, let me see who that is. All right. Renison, what it is? Hey, I got. I was looking at your program with Kazelle Jackson. I said, well, I should call in, you know. But I don't know. I don't know if you're pro or con. So I said, let me leave Renison alone. I listened to the program and I say, well, I ain't sure, Renison gave me a little kind of dancing between the.
Wall Street, never talk to you. I mean, you underneath in this district here that in the library area.
Yeah.
I was I went down the thing, right? Before I didn't award on the side, yeah. I just hear Santa Cruz, I hear a contribution when she talk about a plyboard factory.
Right.
The Santa Cruz correct. Under the PNM, the promises a plyboard factory that never materialized. Right? What again we a destination plan supposed to build in this area that never materialized. A deep water harbor supposed to build in this area that never materialized. It had several other on the next side there. No. Two more industry was supposed to put. I didn't know about the aluminum smelter plant. Facilities and groundworks it done started put in place already. That was a shutdown that whole thing. Now the promise, that same thing that they promised in Library. So when I hear Labre, my spirit does the shake because the people down here, the PNM is ingrained within this community that we had down here.
Them like Lavantil, Labre like Lavantil.
Yeah, but it take a different approach. I mean, PNM, to be quite honest, PNM could lost Labre. But here was counterproductive to that. I mean, it's a sad thing, but UNC seeing that the people PNM is ingrained in Labre is a real sting it out of me. So it will take a miracle for UNC to win this area. It's a different fight. I mean, it's a John Williams, at time he fight on that. That was the closest it ever reached. Where the voting thing was separated by 2,000 votes. The same thing happened with Victor Roberts. Victor Roberts closing the margin. But every time they get a chance, they widen it. So it takes a different approach to be working and beating and working and working and working the ground. Now there is a strategy to win it, you know. And since we talking because people want to bring in Makila Pandey here, and she get a lot of support. Me know if she deal with some of them community leaders and them. Because the people is either they're not voting, either they're voting PNM or they're just not voting at all. And to be able to break that barrier, and there is something that I and Philip Alexander would have spoken about. I say, Philip, let me win Labrina, boy. I say, you know how to win it? If you negotiate on a basis that you go in as a party and fight it like that, we will grab away the votes on them. And I mean, and if we have this coalition of interests, then at the end of the day, the UNC party will support that. And we'll be able to get the people on the fence and get the voters who vex with the PNM, not just not to vote, but to vote for something new and something fresh. And that was the commitment. Because at the end of the day, look what's taking place here. Everybody playing back on the PNM jersey. And this is something that I like it, but it hurted me. So Israel really and truly come into the community and talk to some of the people to say there was something fresh.
Yeah, but Renison, come on, man. Come on, man. Because there are two chances of winning down this slim and none, man. Why you go waste your vote with sorry. But I mean, yeah, it's a 2-horse race, you know. We can't waste time in this in this small little thing here, boy.
I understand that, but the people saying something different.
Nah, but it's a 2-horse race, man.
I'm fighting. I can't give up. I done outside already.
Yeah, man.
I'm fighting this fight. There's a stiff fight.
So what we go do? We go have you in. We go have you in this week. I wish we could bring you in this week. Yeah, because we are the top of the hour.
All right,
man.
Well, we go talk.
Yeah, bless.
And we go see what we're doing.
All right, no problem. Yeah. So, folks, let me give my closing comment. And we have a song for you before we go. A new song, boy. Oh, God. So here is my closing quote.
Today is Sunday, Father, March 23rd, and I come to you with an open heart, overflowing with gratitude for another day you have given me. This is Father, March 23rd, and I come to you with an open heart, overflowing with gratitude for another day you have given me. This is a sacred day, a moment to pause, breathe, and feel your presence so near, so comforting. May this day be a refuge for my soul, a time of rest and renewal in your arms. Calm my thoughts and fill my heart with your peace. May every moment of this Sunday remind me of your care, and may I recognize the small blessings that constantly surround me. Lord, surround my family and friends with your love. Let there be harmony in our homes, joy in our words, and kindness in our actions. For those facing difficulties, I ask for comfort. For those who are weary, I ask for renewal. May everyone feel your presence as a breath of hope and light. Let this day be an invitation to start anew with faith, trusting that your plans are always perfect. Lord, may my heart remain grateful and my steps walk firmly in your direction. Share this prayer with someone you love and spread God's peace this special Sunday. Amen. Good morning, God.
From where I sit,
Today
this is
is
it.
Sunday, Father, March 20th.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said us all. I like to stay, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Mr. Anthony, you didn't do the top of the hour, no?
Oh, God, I missed that. All right, let me get it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So, folks, we missed this. Let's make sure we play this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Of course, that's when we have some loyal listeners, but thank you so much, Mr. Flores. Of course. Tommy, go ahead.
This one's by Andrew O'Hagan. And it says, a living museum must surely see itself as a locus of argument. A breathing art institution is not a lockup, but a movable feast. Like I always say, you, Mr. or lady in the mirror, you have to become that change that you want to see. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And we'll see each other tomorrow, God willing, in the village.
Thank you, Tommy. Let's go to the voice notes. I see Ulrich sent a voice note there. I don't even know if you want to play this voice note. Yeah. Let me see, boy. Ulrich. Oh, Miss Atlanta says, well done, Professor Wall Street. Sid Gordon down. Thanks, Mr. Santa Cruz. No, we ain't sending on nobody. When you don't know what internalized oppression is, and you start to talk garbology, you know, we can't play that.
You know, the sad thing with this matter is that this man who had to act as prime minister for a day, he laughing all the way to the bank. If PNM win or lose the election, he going home with $89,000 a month. Win or lose, he had nothing to worry about. He could talk all the choppiness and gerrymander and go wrong issues. He laughing all the way to the bank. That is how Rowley feel about black people. It have people in the party who are longer than he's supposed to be in the position he in. But Rowley in favor them black and stupid. So take that. And what about his stepdaughter? I want to know what's going on with his stepdaughter. 2 charges and you ain't hearing nothing about it again. The last thing you hear is guy you fit for your family and that's the end of that. Oh boy. God, please put a hand on this country.
All right, Ulrich. Ulrich want God to put a hand, but don't worry, Ulrich. You go get your wish.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy. You know, I show you that piano people, you know, like some of them evil, wicked piano people like Bantaria, Big Belly, Evil Man, Pastor Google, Charles Felix, and all of them wicked, evil piano man them who like to victimize poor people. I shall not like that. I shall wish you all the best and you suffer long, you know. When you eat, people are the ground eating, you know. You do your job, and I will be there and burn all the evil, that's wicked, heartless, piano government. They had to go. So I was trying to worry me again. Love and respect.
Yeah, I sure. I mean, no problem with I share it, you know. What closing words from financial guru? Low quality incumbents can hinder democratic progress and perpetuate ineffective governance. This issue is often linked to the incumbency advantage where certain politicians leverage their position to win re-election despite their performance PNM over the last 9 years. To address this problem, it is essential to promote transparency, accountability, and competitiveness in elections. This can involve implementing measures like term limits, campaign finance reform, and voter education initiative. This is what this show Sunday Talk is all about, country first. Thank you, Mr. Financial Guru there. Let me see who's next. I ain't playing that. I tell you, don't send nothing over 3 minutes.
Tobago girl, because that song is a new song on radio. No, we haven't been hearing that. Or is it the first song that asks a good, big question? The first. I wonder what that song is. All right. I want to be like the host, the true Macan. So let me wait. I ain't gonna jump to conclusion or even walk take. Let me wait and see.
I ain't playing no voice note over 3 minutes. So I tell all of that. If you send a voice note over 3 minutes to close, we ain't playing that. Let me go to the chat real quick here. We in overtime here, you know. Although you know we have work to do, you know. We have work to do, but we like all this, so. Let me see closing quotes here now quickly. Let me see. Fat Soul say, famous quote from Rowley, the people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. Nadira, welcome. Okay, I ain't see no voice notes here, but I ain't see no closing quotes. All right. Sorry, folks. I think I might have missed the closing quotes. You know, they went by me. Let me try at the bottom here. Okay, here is one right here. Miss Santa Cruz closing comments. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santana. Sant Ayana. Okay. All right, folks. We are out of here. We see you tomorrow in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And we're going to go out with this song. Somebody requested this song, eh? So, you know, we adhere to our followers' requests. So this is a song by Massive Go Sign Kawe. So all you listen carefully is Kawe, eh? Kawe.
Everybody support you as the next political leader of the PNM and by extension the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Hold on, boss. Hold on. You can talk English?
Yes. Everything is being camera. The PM is not doing nothing for this country. All the schools not completed. Look at the potholes. Look at crime situation. Vote for me, Kawe, for a better country.
This is a song about a man named Kawe from way down in South. This fella called Kawe from way down in South. Kawe is a fella the people talking about. Now he joined the PNM, they love him all the way. But all them in the PNM supporting Kawe. Rowley for Kawe, different for Kawe, strong for Kawe, fire for Kawe. Listen what I say, the whole of the PNM for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo. Hey. Hey, yo. Kawe is the real man. Kawe have a plan with foresight and vision to uplift the nation. Everybody calling him by name, and all them in the PNM riding him for fame. Camille Fakawe, Paula Fakawe, Shafa Fakawe, Mali Fakawe. Listen to what I said. The whole PNM Women League Fakawe, Fakawe, Fakawe. Yes, Fakawe. Oh, yo. Hey. People up in the beat, all them love Kawe bad. They want to make water and run them out of the yard. People up in Lavanti, they want LP and Kawe's the man, nobody better than he. Fitzgerald Fakawe.